My husband says he's gonna tune it.
Oh
That's
no.
nice. Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, Nor.
Or
Oh,
Nor.
oh, Nor.
Or
Uh,
Nor, it's Jor.
oh, Nor,
God damn
sure.
it.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's so good. Okay, so going back to me, not sorry, not to be
Wow.
narcissistic, not
Make
to be
this all about
narcissistic.
yourself, Allie.
No, but I wanted to conclude what I'm saying,
Oh
and
yeah.
I was saying that I can't do anything with my hair other than one thing, and then just put it straight down the middle. I've always had long brown hair, and I always get nervous when I see baby blue buggies around because I know that's what he drove,
That's what Ted Bundy.
I look wise, I am again a little too old now, but I am Ted Bundy's perfect victim. I also think that I'm turning into Alanis Morissette.
Oh, well, that's a
the
good thing.
the more I don't brush my hair, the more I let it grow out. It's gonna start just covering like my tatas, and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on the train with the guitar, being like, yeah, like that's my
Exactly.
future. That's my future.
And then calling things ironic when they're not ironic. Yeah.
Dude, oh my god, that's funny.
That entire song is filled with things that are not ironic.
Don't you think? Yeah, right. It's like, oh yeah, we're live. Hi, I love this fucking collage. So, for anyone who doesn't know,
We're live?
we are live. We've been live. We've been live since Ted Bundy.
I just see the
Don't
streaming...
say that. Oh my god.
I just see the starting soon screen.
Yeah.
Yes, you can hear our
Oh.
voices. So the
Oh.
format of this, I'm so sorry, Chill. You've been on before, so
Yeah.
we didn't explain again, but we do kind of like this format where we just chill. No pun in, isn't it ironic? Where we show off this beautiful starting screen. You hear our voices. Now, every single time we do a podcast, Max and I say something stupid, ridiculous, and all the rest, and it becomes a meme. And this starting page is full of them. He adds to them every single time we do a
Like,
podcast.
if you look at the very
hilarious.
top to the left of the title, your little Godzilla with a beard and a bowl of chili is there.
Wow.
Oh, God.
Wait, no, why am I watching a stream from 13 hours ago? How come
Why
I'm
are
not...
you watching a stream from 13 hours ago?
I'm not live with
Where
you.
are we what time zone is this?
Yeah, what is... Okay, hold on.
There should
watching
be
from the future.
there should be a starting soon screen that with a bunch of weird JPEGs and PNGs and clip art.
No, I saw the one that you did yesterday. I guess I was gonna watch the one for 6 hours and then tell you, hey, don't do it. Now I gotta ad, so you gotta be a little patient with me.
Max, I think that a JPEG should be the finisher move if Peg Leg Paulie ever became a
God
wrestler.
damn it, I knew it! I fucking knew it! I knew you were going to say that! I was just waiting for it!
Why not?
Fuck's sakes!
Okay.
Peg Leg Paulie. He's got
I
the J.
I
He drops the
accidentally called him.
JPEG.
I accidentally called him Peg Leg John this morning when describing him to someone, and I was like, "That's not right. What is his fucking name?"
Peg Leg John is his father. His is the opposite. He's got the dildo as a penis, and his leg is regular. His son's the one that's got all fucked up.
He's an abomination. Like
He's horrible. He's horrible. Oh my god.
I don't know how to feel about this character. I was sober when I created this character.
World's worst superhero. World's worst superhero. Oh my god. So we made up a superhero that was like, his name is Peg Leg Paulie, and he has a dildo for a leg, and then where his penis should be is his actual leg. And
I feel like we should explain where the idea of that came from. So
You go.
in my Discord server yesterday, I posted a very interesting message, to say the least. I said something to the extent of I'm running on like 5 hours of sleep, a pack of Skittles, and a dream, and I'm ready to peg God or become him. And I sent that to Allie, and Allie was like, why? Like, what the fuck? And then it spiraled there, it spiraled from there, and goddamn, we created an abomination.
I created a monster because nobody wants to smosh no more. They want shady chop liver.
Chop liver.
What a great fucking time to be an Eminem
Take a little
fan.
bit of me, mixed with some hard liquor. I used to know that whole thing.
I don't understand your references.
What? You've never heard that Eminem song?
No.
Oh my god.
Do you know who Eminem is?
I know who Eminem is.
Or whatever it is.
Yes, I know who Eminem is. I just never heard that song.
My tea's gone cold. I'm wondering why. You know.
I'm just gonna pretend like I am going to act like I know what's going on.
That's a good way.
That's a good way to live.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I just smile and wave when I don't know what's going on. You're 1 hour behind us, Chill, or are you 2 hours?
One.
One, okay, not bad.
11. Not bad.
Did you have a good breakfast?
I did. It was rice checks. Yeah, rice checks and an apple. That's what I had.
That's too healthy. Oh my god. Rice checks and an apple. Oh my goodness. Apples, when I bite into them, they do something weird to my teeth. You know, like, okay, say you're on the toilet for too long, right? And your legs get tingly. Or, like, just say you had your you know what I mean? That feeling. You got dead leg, right?
I know that
when
feeling.
When I bite into an apple, it gives me, like, dead tooth. Like I feel that
with your teeth. Okay.
I feel the tingle in my teeth, and I don't. That is not me. That is Max.
Yeah.
Max, that's a guttural snort.
That is.
Max is looking for truffles.
That is a snort from deep within your soul.
I wasn't expecting that.
No, I wasn't either.
Nobody is.
It was amazing to see that connected.
It was weird to hear you go from apples to being like, have you ever shat in a toilet before? You just wasn't ready.
It's brilliant. That was the best description you could have ever given.
Can't kill Max this early on. Oh my god.
Well, should we get this thing on the road, or what do you guys say in the biz? Get
FaceTime. Max have composed himself.
I'm as composed as I'll ever fucking be for this podcast.
That's true. That's really true. I gotta say, Chill, you are looking superb. Superb. I love the entire outfit. Would you say that Freddy is your favorite?
Oh yeah. And before we go, welcome back to Scary for Her Pleasure, where Scary is getting pleasured. I'm Chillzilla.
I'm Max.
And our lovely guest this episode is none other than the Ali G Show.
Oh, thank you for having me. Don't scare me. I fart easily. All right, everybody. Thank you. I'll stand back. You go ahead, Chill.
We've been planning that since the last time Chill was here.
Yeah. So say goodbye to the hat, because I can't wear my headphones with that hat on. So this is more casual, Freddy.
That's like Freddy Goes Fishing.
That's like
Right.
Robert Englund's role in the Hatchet movies.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
Max, you just how did you watch all of them?
I finished the third one this morning.
What did you think of the third one?
A lot better than the second one.
You like the third one better? Okay, I like the first one better.
I like the first one, the third one, then the second one.
Now you gotta watch Victor Crowley.
Yeah.
That is quite. Oh, you're talking about the Hatchet movie.
Mm-hmm.
You were talking about.
Hatchet.
Okay, yeah. I thought you were talking about Nightmare on Elm Street. I was like, oh.
We tend to bounce around.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Hatchet movies are great. I did enjoy them all, and I can't. Besides Victor Crowley, I think I'm amazed that they all pick up where the other ones left off. That pretty amazing. Normally, a horror movie will always 3 years later.
Well, yeah, Victor Crowley was like, what was it, like 10 years later? It was like an amount of time, a certain amount of time later.
Like,
but
right.
Victor Crowley has Felissa Rose.
Right.
Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah.
Those are actually, the Hatchet films are probably my most watched series, besides from Hell House, LLC, those 3 movies. I watched all the time. And Hatchet too, they're so easily this is a very odd statement. Easily digestible.
Right. Hatchet.
It's just like
easily digestible.
Just like a cannibal from Louisiana in a bunch of woods won't digest you easily. I don't know. Is he a cannibal? I don't think he's ever actually eaten anyone. Okay.
No, he's just special and wounded.
Right. He just had all of sadness taken out of him because friends wouldn't play, and then they burnt him. I'm spoilers.
They did.
Spoilers.
Well, that's
oh yeah, we should probably.
Right.
Allie, can I get you to pin something for me?
Yes, of course.
Can I get you to pin that for me?
Yeah.
Let's put a pin in.
Pin. Put a pin in it. Hey, I'm pinning here.
I'm pinning here.
Yeah. He Victor Crowley fell down the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down, unfortunately. But now he haunts Honey Island Swamp, right? And and if you go and fuck around in his swamp, like our friend Robert Englund, aka Chillzilla over here,
right,
you get fucked up. You looking for shit, you're gonna get shit. Is that the what's the saying?
Fuck around and find out. Yeah.
Fuck around and find out.
Fuck around and find out is a lot better than looking for shit and finding shit.
Right.
I mean, if you're looking for it, you'll definitely find it, whether you like it or not. There's only so many places you can look for it.
There is a brilliance, though, to what Ellie is saying, though, because it is the what are you looking for, and all these people are like, oh, I've heard of this curse and we're gonna go and check it out. That is already one of the dumbest things you can do. So they are looking for shit, and then they found shit.
Especially the main character. She's like, I'm trying to find my daddy. My daddy and my brother. They went fishing in the Honey Island Swamp and they never came back. And I'm just like, bitch, should he dead? Like, what do you mean? It's taking you 3 fucking movies to figure out that daddy's not there.
Well, she found out in the first movie, but
she did.
Right.
It just took her
so many people.
It took her 3 movies to I don't know. Spoilers for the third movie. They fucking took her dad's. Was it? No, they took Victor's dad's ashes and just chucked it at him, and then he melted like the Wicked Witch from the West.
I fucking died laughing. I loved every second of it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
His dad's ashes are Jason's mother's sweater. Yeah.
Oh my god, you're right.
That's the correlation. Yeah, that's definitely the correlation. I mean, that whole first movie is a love letter to 80s horror. Like,
And
Tony Todd is in
yeah.
there, Robert Englund is in there,
Kane Hodder is the
Kane Hodder, yep.
dad and
So
the suit actor.
Also, the director Adam Green, who's
Mhm.
a fantastic horror director, he's also in it too. He's in all of his movies. He plays a small role, so he's right at the beginning when the credits are. I believe he's like, he's the friend at the beginning of the first one with like the weed
Oh, okay.
dangles. And he's like, yeah, let's get you on
yeah.
here. Like that guy. He's always in his little small part.
Is he the director who also did the second Wrong Turn movie?
I don't think so,
Okay.
but I could be
I'm
wrong.
trying to
He's also
remember.
done Frozen. He's done
That's it.
digging
Frozen, yeah.
Digging Up the Marrow. That's a really good one if you love puppets and special and practical effects. It's a really great movie. But I like Sam Raimi, he has a style. Like you can tell.
Did Wrong. How do I know Joe?
Who is it?
Mayhem. Joe Lynch did Wrong Turn 2.
Oh, is Mayhem the one with
Glenn from Walking Dead
yes,
and
our
Weaving?
favorite, Samara Weaving.
We love. Oh my God, he has a song. He's a singer too.
He's got a song.
Joe Lynch did a movie in 2011 called Chillerama. I feel like I need to watch that movie.
Yeah,
because it's got chill in the name. Okay, that's the only connection.
Chill.
Yes.
Random weird question.
Sure.
We have a religious thing that we do on this podcast called the podcast hug. Do you happen to have a plushie that you love very much so? Like, for example, a Togepi or a Charlie.
Or a Charlie. Within grabbing distance, I have a Chucky doll, or I have
Allie, get your Chuck.
Or I have this Bob-omb. I think get Chucky.
Get Chucky, because I'll get Chucky too.
Okay.
Oh, there's so many animals. Oh God.
He still has the tag on him.
I need to get a Chucky plushie.
Yeah. Ready?
Yep. Have you guys seen?
God, this stream is so different than mine. This is so nice. It's so nice to be here.
Have you guys seen the picture of Jennifer Tilly? She's laying in bed, just a bra, but she's got a cigarette in her mouth, and she's fixing one of her breasts. But then next to her in bed is the Chucky doll. I think it was on a set. Have you guys seen that picture?
I don't think I have, but she's hot as fuck, so...
Okay, let me...
I think... I could be wrong. It could have been one of the episodes of this podcast. I think me and Allie have talked about, like, Allie being Jennifer Tilly several times.
I think it came up because once I was working at, I think it was the movie theater, and somebody told me that I look like a Tilly sister. And I was like Jennifer Tilly? They're like, yeah. And I think it's just because I'm like thicker, right? I just feel like I'm thicker and pale and dark hair, and that's why they think that. I'm like,
thick
all right.
and pale is how my soul feels sometimes.
Thick and pale is my body right now. It's just like
thick and pale is the name of my sex.
That's okay. Mine's right up my alley, so we're good.
Sorry,
really Max. Sorry. Sorry.
Really good.
I once enjoyed it here.
You love it here. It's been 14 minutes.
It's been 14.
It is a great time.
This is my own channel, and I hate it here.
Oh, I would like to bring something up.
Oh no!
If you don't mind, I would like to call out our friend Zilla over here.
Oh no!
For spreading blasphemous information.
Oh, I did. Oh, yeah, I did.
Do you want to tell the world what you did, or should I?
Well, and okay, so
Allie is the judge, the jury, and the executioner today.
No, you know what? I like to make sure I set the record straight on things, so it's definitely my bad. But I was here. This picture that I just sent to our Discord chat should help make it better. That picture is
Oh my
amazing.
God.
I love everything about that picture. I found it on Twitter, and then
oh my God, I have seen that picture before.
Someone posted it, and then Jennifer Tilly responded. Those were good times. So, anyway, so what I did was I was talking to, so Queen Victoria was supposed to be on this episode as well, but she couldn't. And I was talking to her, and Queen Victoria, I know, is a huge horror. So we geek out about horror all the time. And I was telling Queen that she was gonna really enjoy hanging out with Allie because Allie's a huge horror. But then I told her, I'm like, but at the same time, I just, what's great, but is that Allie and I don't agree on horror movies. We love and celebrate each other's love of horror, but a lot of times we don't agree on a lot of the things. And she asked me, she's like, well, what didn't she agree with? And I was trying to rack my brain about something that you were just like, this is awful. And the first thing that came to mind, total lie, by the way, I said that you didn't like Barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
I told Queen that you didn't like Barbarian, and then while I was talking to Allie, I'm like, you didn't like Barbarian, right? And she goes, no, I loved it. I'm like, fuck.
Barbarian is definitely an Allie movie that has all the elements I like. The silly with the shock factor, with a cool monster. Yeah. I also have a type in when it comes to actors I have figured out. And that type is a little bit of what the fuck. So let me explain. Bruce Campbell, okay? So it's a triangle. The triangle of what the fuck. Bruce Campbell, because he's obviously over the top, right? Every movie is he's just Bruce Campbell. Like, he's just a little kooky and out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Next corner, Nick Cage. Do I even have to explain? Nick Cage is Nick Cage. He doesn't give a fuck. He is kooky. He is this. He is that. And when I go and watch a Nick Cage movie now, I expect something. I always get what I want. And to complete that triangle, for me, is Justin Long. Because Justin Long has been playing this kooky character for like the last, 15 years, starting with Jeepers Creepers and Drag Me to Hell, and in Barbarian it's no different. He plays I love that type of character. This is the type of character that works perfectly for Justin Long. Zack and Mary Make a Porno, another funny Justin Long movie moment. But I loved it. It was crazy. My only complaint, and I've told you this, Chill, is that I want it to be a little longer, but I think that's because I liked it so much. It ended and I was like, just a little bit, I just want a little bit more. What you are thinking of, though, is the Netflix Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yes.
That is the one.
Yeah.
That movie.
I forgot. Did you like it, Max?
I have opinions about it.
I'd like to can we hear them?
Real, if you don't mind, just because to stay on Barbarian real quick, and then I want to hear your opinion. So
no, please keep us on track, because this is what we do. Like, we just go.
So the thing that I absolutely loved about Barbarian is also its way of toying with the audience's preconceived notions. So right off the beginning, right out of the bat, we see what is it? Bill Skarsgård? Is it Bill?
Bill Skarsgård. Pennywise, yeah.
So we see him.
Wait, we're talking about Barbarian?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, continue.
So have you seen it?
I have, yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure we were on the same page. I was like, what the fuck? Bill Skarsgård is in Jeepers Creepers? The fuck?
So we see him, and then with the way that they've got the story set up, two people having the same Airbnb, he, just as a human being, and probably because of Pennywise, comes across really creepy.
Yeah.
So there is this, what is really happening in the movie? What is really going on? And then, spoilers to people who haven't seen the movie, I apologize, but he's a fine, decent human being in the movie. Then you see this opening shot of Justin Long. And what's interesting, you talk about Justin Long playing these kooky characters, is I feel like his baby face makes him look like an innocent little person.
Always.
So when they show him in the very opening, they don't tell you exactly how horrible he is but they release it as the movie progresses. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely a movie of like, don't always trust what you see, because like, he's awful. He is a horrible human being in that movie. Never gets to redeem himself, even with that fake little he never ggets to redeem himself. And I found that movie really great. And Queen had made a good point that there's a too much going on, and while I can get that, because the script is doing a lot of work, I feel it was executed wonderfully. So I had no problems with it. I agree with you. I think there could have even been a little bit more, because we kind of get a little short-sighted about the guy in the bed. Like, his story is like introduced, and he does have an ending, but it was a very small part of that whole thing. But there is something going on. That movie was, it
was great. It was great. It was so good. I was very happy.
I'm trying to. Sometimes I'll watch a horror movie before my watch, because she knows that I can't wait. But now I told her that I'm like, well, Barbarian is on one of the streaming services. We gotta watch it. Gotta watch it.
I just like any movie that Justin Long dies in.
Yeah, Matt hates Justin Long.
I do.
So
really?
Matt
with a
loves
passion.
Jeepers Creepers.
I love Jeepers Creepers. But
he dies at the end.
Yeah,
again,
because he dies at the end, but it's also a good movie.
What is your thoughts on Tusk then? Because not a lot of people like Tusk.
Tusk
and,
is. I don't.
You get to see him be really tortured in that movie.
I don't like Tusk as a movie. It's because I like movies I can recommend to people, and Tusk is one of those movies that, like, who the hell are you going to recommend this movie to? Like,
or you can do what I did and recommend Society to Newsy. And when Newsy,
I still need to watch that movie.
I miss her. I miss Newsy, but my God, you recommend Society to people, you got to be careful. The shunting is no joke.
The shunt. I love it. That's the best. I know. You know what the thing is? You're right. It's like the movie is like an hour 45, and 70% of it, 75, is boring as fuck, right?
Right.
And then, like, I don't think it is, but I can see why most people think it is. And then you have the fucking shunting. Right. And it's like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. And this scene just goes on for an uncomfortable amount of time, and there's just so much jelly.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like it's one of those movies where, and it wasn't done this way, but I feel like it was one of these movies where they only had the shunting in mind when they had the script, they got it done, they filmed it all, and then they're like, oh fuck, how do we get from point A to point shunting? How do we bridge this? And then they just wrote this other stuff. I mean, there is like this whole allegory about the elite 1%, you know, and that allegory is like really spot on by today's standards as well. But I think what's great about something like the shunting, and again, Max, I'm keeping it so that you can, enjoy all this, but it's something that everybody would look at and just be like, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but that is exactly how like the 1% in theory would live, and they just do shit that we were like, what? I don't understand that. What is the importance of going to view the Titanic in a submersible that you can't actually see out of?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's all this stuff in a world that I just can't understand when you're that, elite. And I love that movie. I'm sorry. Did I just legitimize the society? It's not to be legitimized.
Society is a great movie, and it's the movie that I'll play when I go out on a date. I have to figure out if I really like the guy. I'll just play Society and see what they think. It's either that or Deathbed, The Bed That Eats.
Yes. Oh,
Either
God.
one of those two movies, I have to play it. I'm just like, if you say that I can't watch this, if you can't finish it, you're just not for me.
Right. I totally get that. But we were
Max,
talking about Max's... Oh, have you seen Deathbed?
Nope.
Yeah.
It's the worst and the best.
You must not have reached that point as a horror fan where you want to watch horror, but you've seen all the shit. So now you have to dig deeper in the Amazon Prime library.
I cried when I watched Hostel. Like, that's how far I've gotten down to my horror movie.
Not for me. I hate Hostel. I don't like I don't like torture porn. You know what I mean? I'll go watch any Eli Roth.
That reaction, wow. I adore it.
Sorry. I couldn't stop myself.
In my entire time of talking with Allie, I don't think I've ever made her just like stop and react in that way. So Max, I'm impressed, sir. I'm impressed.
There's only been one other time that I've actually gotten Allie to do that.
All right, that's the show, everyone. Thank you so much. Oh boy.
I'm sorry.
I need you to make me a soundbite of you saying torture porn, okay?
Right.
I need to add it to my Bibbidi Bop soundboard of Friends. Isn't it ironic?
Yes. Don't you think? Don't you think?
Oh.
I'm gonna do thing. Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna be the voice of difference, but I really liked Hostel, and I don't know if it's because I heard a lot of people say, but so there's only like 2 moments in the movie that I would actually truly consider torture porn. It's the burning of that one woman, but then it's what they do to the main guy. Or to the person who we thought was going to be the hero. That's one of the things that I like about the movie is that they subvert some of your typical thoughts. We followed and invested so much time in this character, and then that's not actually the hero, you know. Because I feel like then the rest of the movie is the victim fighting back,
Right.
which to me is
The final girl.
Yeah, and then their twist of what the movie was. That is why I really liked it. I thought it was the
paying to torture, like that kind of twist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I thought that was really. I don't know. I at the time I felt like that was really a smart way of doing it. Plus, the whole movie puts them into a a foreign country, and already there's a lot of like distrust about foreigners, but it isn't foreigners. Again, not to keep beating a dead horse here, but of the elite, the people who have so much money that there's nothing challenging them, so they have to look for extra ways of going. And so I enjoyed the movie a lot. I hear a lot of people talk about the torture porn, and like I said, I think I've watched like Irreversible or some of those where I feel that's a little bit more like so uncomfortable to watch.
Martyrs.
Yes, Martyrs. But there's a way that Eli Roth had done it, and I think it's honestly his contributions to Saw that really helped, I think, make hurting someone while keeping them alive as a I don't know. It helps with the story and with
like
the characters. Yeah. Well, which one? Sorry.
Like a trope.
Right. I think it helps because so many times, like, for years we've had here's our cookie cutter teenagers that we're going to kill off one by one. Don't spend a lot of time getting to know them. And I feel like what I've liked about Saw, what I like about that first Hostel movie, is that your characters can withstand some of, like, certain people can withstand some of the pain, and then they become stronger, or they're characters that we can then continue to root for, rather than just a bunch of people who we don't have to about.
So I'm gonna say with Hostel, I never said it's a good movie. I feel like it's a bit tortury. Just for my taste, that it's not like something that I would actively seek to rewatch.
Right.
But like, of course, like I want to see it. Eli Roth is a great director, and what it also is scary about Hostel, especially the first one, is that it feels kind of like The Strangers. It feels real. It feels like this could happen, and I think that even like as we grow older in our age and stuff, we get like more like scared and more like afraid of real life situations instead of ghost haunted houses, deathbeds. We're scared of real things. We're scared of strangers. We're scared of invasions. We're scared of just crazy fucking white people.
Right.
And with Eli Roth, I remember, he makes some real, when I see his name on something, I know what I'm getting myself into.
Yeah.
The only Eli Roth movie that wasn't a typical Eli Roth movie was Knock Knock, which is a fantastic film. Eli Roth, I saw him in an interview once, and the interviewer, I couldn't tell you who it is, the interviewer was like, Eli Roth, Eli Roth? What? Eli Roth, your movies make me sick. And he goes, thank you so much. Right? So after I saw that, I'm like, okay, this is the reaction I'm supposed to have. Like, he wants me to feel this sick. So when I go, like, when someone mentions Hostel, I automatically go, it's not a bad thing. He wants me to feel fucking disgusting. Like,
right.
Exactly. Like that woman with the eye popping out, I wanted to kill myself. That is the most disgusting thing. The second movie has a scene in it that I'll never forget.
Oh.
And that scene is when the guy has his leg, right? And he does the fork and the knife, and he's cutting off the leg, the meat, puts it onto a plate, and then goes to like a candlelit table for one and eats it. And I can't. That's torture porn. Like I can't. That's too much for me. I can't do slicing. I can't do slicing and injections. Like that's things I cannot watch. Like holy fucking shit. That I'll never forget that scene.
Yeah. My wife did not go and see the Evil Dead remake. So what was that, 2013? Is that when that one came out?
2013.
So when that movie came out...
2016.
2016. Oh, yeah. When that movie came out, my wife did not go because in the commercials, they had alluded to... Yep, exactly it. The box cutter and the tongue. and she was just like, that is an area that you can't go. So we ended up finally later. I was like, you've got to see it. It's so good.
It's so
And
good.
so we did end up watching it, but then I told her when it was happening so that she could look away. I didn't have to tell her anything. It's so highlighted that it's going to happen that she knew to turn away. But then once that, everything else in the movie, all the other, getting nail guns in the cheek, getting with a
The
top of
sound
a
effect
toilet.
of this,
Yes,
the sound
the-
effect of the slicing
Yes.
of the face is so good.
Yes.
It's so good. It's so good.
The
That's
sound-
what makes movies good, people. Not cheap fucking parlor trip special effects. That shit. That
It's
is
the
real
sound.
shit.
Yeah,
It's real shit.
Yeah.
listen. I believe, because I haven't done it yet, if you were to just listen to the entire movie of Evil Dead from 2016 and not see any video, it would still be fucking scary.
Scary.
It's just the sound in that
When she's in the room, the acting from Jane Levy, when she's in the room with the brother, and she's like, "There's something in here."
Yep.
Like it was just, I was like, ah!
Yes.
And then he leaves, and she looks in the mirror, and there's the demon there, and it's like, right? It has like that like voice, like that sound, and I'm like, oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Like that's.
By the way, Chill, you were right. It was 2013.
Oh, sweet.
2016
Oh,
is the second season of Ash vs. Evil Dead.
My bad. I can't believe it's been that long.
Yeah.
No.
I'm not trying to
you-
call anyone out. I just want to make sure all the facts are straight.
Fuck you, Max.
I'm sorry. God.
No,
You're the best, Max. Thank you.
Just in case anyone wants to watch it, you should say the correct date.
Um,
What do I know? I'm just the biggest Evil Dead fan,
Yeah.
in the
Then
world.
you gotta
you-
know this shit, Allie. Goddamn.
Say hello to Bruce Campbell. Hello, Bruce Campbell. Every morning I wake up and I rub my Bruce Campbell and I make a wish. I make a wish that Bruce Campbell will follow me back on Instagram.
Do you ever think maybe he feels that? Maybe you've tattooed the part of the body, and then when you touch the cheeks like that, he feels that in his face.
I hope he feels it in his special.
I don't like that at all. If there's ever any technology that is tattoos that do voodoo magic, we need to get rid of that shit
Oh, man,
immediately.
There's plenty of those movies. There's like from the 70s, I think there was one called The Tattooed Man, and yeah,
I don't
there's,
like that
a
at
lot
all. I don't like the idea of tattoos. I don't want them to be like voodoo. I don't want them to be. I don't want someone to get like a tattoo of me and just like. At worst, it'll be like they'll do things to me. At best, they'll give me like a boop here and there. But like, I don't want that shit to happen.
Confirmed now. When Allie and I meet up, we are getting a tattoo of Matt.
Yeah.
Uh,
I hate to break it to you, Max, but there are probably thousands of people that have Grim Reaper tattoos.
yeah.
And
This is true.
each time you sneeze, they're rubbing their Grim Reaper.
He's gone.
It's
And he's
gone.
New Gundam Gaming said you all should watch Green Inferno. That's also a
Yeah.
what's his name? We were just talking his name. Why can't
Eli Roth.
Eli Roth movie, and it's kind of his homage to Cannibal Holocaust. I liked the movie. I don't. Again, maybe it's probably just desensitivity, but I didn't find it necessarily as gruesome. You obviously needed the bad guy, who are not the cannibals. The
Right.
cannibals are not really the bad guy. But
Bold
you have that
statement,
one guy
but
who's
alright.
bad. But exactly. But the thing about the movie, and it's the last thing that we see, so it's the taste in your mouth when you walk away. The thing I hated was how they wrapped that movie up.
Yes, agreed.
Because it took a story of survival, and then at the end turned it into this like, ooh, I know what you did last summer type of thing where like, oh, maybe this person survived and now your story's gonna be told. Like, and I just did not enjoy that. I realized that they needed, but I feel like the movie just needed to be what it was, and I would have liked it better had she said what she said at the end, and we just end it there.
Yep.
I think that would have been 100% really good. But yeah, that's the only thing is I felt a little cheapened there at the end.
So the thing with Green Inferno is that they released 2 weeks prior. They released a Red Band special clip on YouTube, and that YouTube clip was the first killing, right?
Yeah.
They just wrecked him.
Yep.
Wrecked him, right?
Yep.
That was the worst death in the entire movie. So when I first saw that clip, I was like, if they're releasing this, how fucked up is this movie? I got tickets immediately. Katie and I went to go see Green Inferno, and New is if he has not heard this story before, New, you will definitely probably going to not want to be my shrimp anymore, but please know that
I know this story. I know which one you're talking about.
Within 10 minutes, so I always bring, like, I have a blankie here. I always bring blankies or snuggies in, like, movie theaters and stuff, because I would get cold, right? And I have it over me like this, and I have to fart. And we're about, like, 5 to 10 minutes into the film, and I fart, I gamble, and I lose.
Oh, boy.
So I shit myself, but I was not going to miss this movie. So I waited to the end of the movie, and then it was fine. It was just a little.
It's a little bit.
Yeah, it was a little bit. It was uncomfortable, but like I saw the movie.
Right.
You know, some say Allie still recreates what happens in that movie theater to this day when she watches that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
She invites Katie over, gets the DVD or Blu-ray or whatever, puts it in the player, and then just immediately shits herself.
This makes your shirt like scary, and that's for good reasons. Don't
Scary.
me.
Here?
I fart easily, and sometimes I lose. Yeah, it would be the text.
Down the back, and sometimes I lose.
Sometimes I lose.
So I just don't gamble anymore.
Right. No, that's smart. Don't.
Yeah.
It only takes one.
Right? Tell Spider-Man, everyone gets one.
So I do want to kind of not apologize for taking over.
No, you're the host. I'm the guest.
That's right. But I do want to get us back because I am really curious. Max and I have had little conversations through chat, kind of about it. But so yeah, Max, I would like to hear what you were going to say when Allie asked you, what did you think of the Netflix Texas Chainsaw?
It was a movie for sure.
That is true.
That is the very best review I can give it.
Yeah.
I will say I enjoyed some parts of it. I thought is it Leatherface that is Texas Chainsaw?
Yep.
Yes.
When he shows up at the top of the stairs for the first time in that movie, I love that. I've seen pictures, or I've seen people paint cool paintings of that scene, and his silhouette is just all cool. He's got a chainsaw.
Yeah, he Bubba, as we call him in DPD, but yeah, Leatherface has some of the most iconic imagery that horror has ever known.
Yeah.
In that first movie, there is no greater scene than him opening up that
God,
French
I
door,
love that door scene so much.
Walking out, grabbing the person, pulling them back in, and then shutting it again. That is to me the quintessential part of that entire movie. That scene in and of itself will always live in my. And you guys, this is where as I think someone said, Alpha Wolf told Allie to turn in her horror card. which I don't believe in, by the way. That's gatekeeping. But what I would need to turn in my horror card for is I'm not the biggest fan of the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. I respect it. I give it a lot of respect for what it did, but there becomes a point in that movie where it just becomes silly to me, and I don't enjoy that movie as much as I feel I should.
It's fine. I just rewatched it a couple weeks ago. Actually, you're right with the scene when he comes out, he grabs the girl, and she's all like kicking, and then he brings her back in, hangs her on the hook when the boyfriend is on the table, just fucking murdered. Like it's sick. It's really sick. That house is also. I was trying to figure it out. I don't know if any of you guys know off the top of your head. I even tried Googling it. I tried using the Google and didn't tell me shit. But that house is used in other movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It'd be great if it was like E.T.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'd be great. I want to see it like be in a horror movie and then like the happiest movie on earth, something like that. Not that E.T. is super happy. I cry all the time when I watch the movie.
Oh my god, yeah. I'm a crier like in general. I cry so much during like if there's a goodbye scene, like if there's like a dead dad scene, like I cannot handle it. The entire movie of The Whale with Brendan Fraser, I cried the entire time. The entire time I cried. There was not a time where I wasn't crying.
Do you know what makes me cry in a movie almost every fucking time, and it's ridiculous?
When your popcorn is gone?
Yes. No. It is not sadness. It is when people do something so sweet for someone else. Like,
oh yeah.
The only example that comes to mind right away is not in a horror movie, but it is Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Like, sorry, spoilers, when blue-headed guy, what's his name?
Yondu.
Yondu. When he dies, I didn't cry. It was just like, oh, that's sad. No, it wasn't until all the Ravagers come out and have that Ravager's funeral for him, and I'm just like,
yeah.
Fucking tears. When people are so selflessly nice to someone else, that is when I...
A Walk to Remember, that entire movie, it's just that. It's just let me do all these nice things for you and marry you right before you fucking die. And I'm just crying the entire time. I'm just crying. I'm just like, that's true love.
Right.
True love exists somewhere. And Mandy Moore has it.
True love exists in a script somebody wrote. Totally. It exists somewhere.
Totally real.
Wow.
Texas Chainsaw is the movie series with the camera flash sound, right? Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Another thing that I kind of hate about the Texas Chainsaw movies is there's that scene in the first movie where the girl the girl who's walking up to the house right before she gets taken by Leatherface, it's literally just an ass shot of her. And they recreate that shot in every single movie since.
Yeah.
I don't know if they did it in the newest one, but they've done it in every single one. Which is unfortunate because I think they could have done better there. But I don't know, the scene that came after was pretty good.
Yeah, or okay, so just to get this out of the way, I am a feminist, and my stream is very heavily related to feminism, so just know that all right now. But with that said, I love TNA as well, and horror movies does that in spades, and I feel like, not that it's necessarily something that but that is, you mentioned earlier that how big of a fan of Friday the 13th, or I'm sorry, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 are you guys? Are you guys fans of that movie at all?
I'm a huge fan of Part 3. Part 3 is my favorite. Dream Warrior is the best.
Part 2 the one with the party and there's like that swimming pool?
Yes,
And
you are all my children now.
yeah, I enjoy that movie.
Yeah, well, the gay subtext in that movie is
Oh, it's so
huge.
much.
It's very
It's
gay.
it's yes, it's huge. But I gotta tell you, I feel like that we just need more. It just like everybody can be safe.
God damn it,
So
Allie.
do
I saw
do
that.
those shots everywhere. It doesn't have to just be the women's butt, but let's see
yeah.
men in short shorts
Let's see
butts
dicks.
as well.
I too want to see men in short shorts. I don't know how much you're joking, but I like my men in short shorts.
I'm not joking. I feel like it should be horror.
You can clip
should be
that out
for
of context.
everyone,
I don't
and
care.
not and not just for boys. Not just for the boys.
Men in short shorts isn't appealing to the female eye, I feel like. When I see men in short shorts, I just think they're not interested in
It's
me.
for
You know
the boys.
It is, it's for the boys.
Right.
So we got boobs, butt, and junk. It's all for the boys.
It's all for the boys.
Let's do it for the boys. I don't know
Insert
what
the
fuck-
top.
what's it called?
Insert that scene. The song from the volleyball scene from Top Gun. What is
Matthew,
it?
I'm so sorry. I saw defiled enter. Matthew McConaughey was in one of the Texas Chainsaw
Yeah.
Massacre movies, and yes, and he was freaking awesome. And the Texas Chainsaw video game needs to get him in there.
I'm
They need
sure
to
it
get the
will.
right for that movie. Apparently, they only have the rights to the first movie, so they don't have the rights for the other movies. So hopefully, they'll get those rights because we need not only Matthew McConaughey from that movie, but we need
Dennis
the
Hopper.
Leatherface from that movie.
We need Dennis
as well.
Hopper from Part 2.
And yes, we need Dennis Hopper as well from Part 2.
He is the
That would be
best
great.
character in that movie. He plays it so over the top.
Yeah. I have been watching a ton of Texas Chainsaw Massacre gameplay with Queen Victoria. She's been playing that a lot, and it looks great. I have it installed because it came out on Game Pass, but I still haven't played it yet. I'm a little nervous, but I should. It's new. I should still just join in, but
Defiled
I don't know.
shamed me into getting
So
it.
it's actually good. So I did the play test, and I thought the play test was a bit shitty and very janky, and I did not enjoy it. But admittingly, I did only play as the victims. So I got the game because I'm like, this is just, I have to, like, as a horror streamer, I have to get this game. So
Right.
I was super impressed when I played it, and I first played as family, and it is so much fun. How someone described it actually is because I asked people, what do you like playing better, victim or family? And someone said to me, and I totally agree with this statement, that family is more fun, but the victim is more like, what was, I forgot what the word they used was, but like playing the victim is more like strategy, like it's more smart, it's, you have more to do. Family is just like run around, look, feed grandpa, make him moan, and see if you can see any victims, and then kill them before they open the gate. With the victims, there's like a whole bunch of types of ways you could open up the gates. There's a secret, basement gate, but you have to leave the basement, go up and get the tool, come back down. Like, there's so much strategy, and they all have, like Dead by Daylight, they all have different perks. And if you choose to pick like these certain 4 victims as a 3v4, it works together perfectly, and you can finish a fucking match in 5 minutes. Like, it's insane. It's insane how much you can do, but the map is super hard. Now, maybe that's just my opinion, but there's no kind of like map of the farm, and it's super, like, if someone's like, oh, I'm in this field, I'm in that, I'm like, okay, how do I get there? It's big, and you get lost.
I'm assuming, maybe I'm wrong, because I have no basis for this. The map, like, little things of the map will change each time, right? Like, it's not like you can play the map every single day and know where everything is. Like, the zones are kind of all there, but a stairway may be on the right side this time instead of the left or something. Is that true?
What it is, it's still the farm with the house, but it'll be either like in different times of the day, or you'll get spawned in like a different view. But it's always like the sunflower field, like from the first movie. Like the sunflower field is still the sunflower field. It's there. Like I'm not sure if they move staircases and stuff around. That I do not know. But it is like I think it's 3 different maps. You know what I mean? But it's the same place.
Okay. I was just curious. So
they did disable crossplay though to fix some stuff. So like I had plans yesterday to play TCM with Lalo, and because they disabled the crossplay, now we can't play. So if you guys are laughing at when I say crossplay,
I'm not laughing.
Oh no, it's like I heard myself and I'm just like, oh god. So anyone who has like what was it again?
Torture porn.
Torture porn.
Love it.
It's my favorite thing in
the way you
world.
said Holocaust earlier also got me.
Holocaust?
Cannibal Holocaust?
Hannibal Holocaust.
Hannibal Holocaust. Okay.
Hannibal is
all right.
I mean, it kind of works. I feel like he'd be welcome there. He'd be like
the Cannibal Holocaust.
He's the leader of the cult. Like
exactly.
That's a crossover. That's a crossover, dude. That's something I like to see, brother. I would love to see that.
I would love to see a crossplay of that.
It's weird for me to say, like, I think the first movie is great, but I don't. The scene where the hitchhiker and the cook are trying to have Grandpa kill Sally I don't enjoy that scene. Is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Like that Grandpa he's gone. He's gone, everybody.
Yeah.
But so there's moments like that, and then Shelley, he is. I don't enjoy that character whatsoever. His whole story right now is to sit by the van and then annoy everyone so they want to get away from him, and then they go and walk to the house and then get murdered, and then he's.
There's literally a Friday the 13th character that does that.
Right.
I think his name is actually Shelley as well. Sorry, continue.
My mom, she's no longer with us, but my mom knew that guy. My mom was a college theater teacher in Murray, Kentucky, and some of the students that she had actually went on to do some movies. So the guy in the wheelchair, my mom knew. I never met him. But I was really happy to know that fact.
He was annoying as fuck. I was just like, why isn't he dead? He should be the first fucking one. He's got no legs.
But oh my god, in grand fashion, like it. Okay, machete to the face. You know what? Jason's gonna do that a really long time. But just him just going down all those steps.
Yeah,
that was amazing. The only thing that could have made it better is to just have like Jason do his best Michael Myers and just stand there and then like tilt his head.
Yeah,
the guys, like that would have been the only thing I think could have improved that moment. But so there's a lot of stuff about the first one that I don't like. But the thing about the game that I absolutely am admiring is exactly how much they love the movie. And this is one thing that I would have that I said also about the Friday the 13th game. Like the Friday the 13th game has bugs, has all that stuff. It's too bad that the legal battle made it so that nobody could work on the game or do updates or make any changes to it. Because I feel like we lost a really awesome game with there. Because just like we're talking about with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like the survivors had a ton of stuff to do. It gave them more options, and being Jason, freaking great. So I can totally see that game could have gone on to be something great had the legal battles not killed it. But then there's also like when it's a single player, you can walk around the camp and the building, I think, from the second movie. Like, they do all this stuff that's a love letter. And when I look at Texas Chainsaw now, I can see all of that love letter stuff in there as well. They've taken characters like, I don't like the hitchhiker. He's way too in the movies. Like, hey, like, I don't enjoy that guy very much. He's just way too laughy. And then the way the cook, I treat the family like the Three Stooges. I feel like the cook is Mo, and the hitchhiker is Curly, and then maybe Bubba is Shemp. I'm not sure. But anyway, so they're kind of, like I said, ridiculous. But when I watch them in the game, they are treated so well that I'm almost like, okay, this makes me actually think these characters are cool. Knowing what their abilities are, how they can help out, that is really they've done. That I'll agree is not in the next Texas. I will fully admit that movie is not like gonna win any awards or be like something that I would say is a great movie for everyone. But number one, there's an actual massacre scene, so that I freaking adore it. You know, having that moment where all these people are filming it as well. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. I think that I loved that scene, and I am certain that that scene kind of spills over into maybe muddying my view of the movie as a whole. I hated what they did to Sally. Like, that was not how you treat this character who got away. I didn't even understand why Leatherface lived there. I didn't understand what was necessarily going on, but when the killing happened, I was happy. So I enjoyed the movie. But like I said,
the new one,
the new one, yeah.
The bus massacre. You're like, there's an actual massacre. That was a massacre.
Exactly.
I was a massacre.
So
sure.
So I think, yeah, I loved it. I mean, I enjoyed it. I didn't love it. But I'm not. I don't go and say that it was awful, because I think we all know there's way worse Texas mass.
Chill.
You're going in and out with your volume.
What happened?
You're just going in and out with your volume.
Oh.
Chill. One of my favorite inside jokes that you and I have is you and I were talking about how I think I told you this wrong. I love Evil Dead Rise. I just have many gripes with it that are personal to me. I think there's a bunch of things that it could have done better. But one of my favorite jokes that I have with you is that the yellow chainsaw is actually a Texas Chainsaw Massacre reference instead of an Evil Dead reference. And you got so, like, I don't know if you were, like, hurt or whatever, but you just, like, you took a moment and you were just like, Max, I got something to say to you, and I can't right now. And you were just like, holding it back. I was like, oh no, I've said something wrong. I just thought it was really funny.
Did you just see what Defile entry? I'm a mod. Can I ban him?
Well, he is also a mod. I mean, you can.
I'll
unban him later.
Look, I love the Evil Dead remake. I love the Evil Dead Rise, but it's better than the originals?
No.
You also, number one, you really can't compare, because the first one was made on such a low budget and was made simply because people wanted to make a movie. Do you know what I mean? Like there was just passion, and I feel like that comes through, and kind of, I hate using like elevated, but it makes it a little bit better because you can feel all the passion involved by everyone trying to make this movie. And you're right, the second you can, the second movie is very similar to the first because they retell their own version of the first movie in like the first 10 minutes anyway. So yeah, not gonna lie, but it then continues and tells its own great story and becomes watching Bruce Campbell get beat around. Like,
oh my god.
That is fantastic.
There's something I need to talk about real
Look
quickly.
at beat around.
I don't know if you guys have ever listened to the Evil Dead musical. I know
No.
Allie
Yes.
probably hasn't.
No,
That
you know how I
musical
feel
is
about
so
musicals.
garbage. It's so bad. It's
Yeah.
awful. It's trash. I've never hated
Jill probably
anything
loves
more
it.
in my life than that musical. I swear to God.
Did you actually see the musical or
Yeah.
did you listen to the music? Okay, 'cause
I
went
watched
and I
like
saw
the
it
stage performance thing on YouTube. Yeah.
on YouTube. I think I told you about that. No, oh my god.
It's so
I'm
it's
a
literally
killer.
cobbled together like
I'm
it
a
doesn't
smart
make sense.
employee.
Like they try to fuse the first two movies together and it doesn't work.
It does. It does work.
It doesn't.
It does
though.
work.
It literally doesn't.
It.
They're telling
it's
two
not
different
over.
stories, and they literally had to take out most of the characters in the second one, and they're trying to put it back.
But do you remember that moment where they have
I don't remember
The-
shit from the musical. I try to erase
There-
it from my mind.
there is the moment where they actually have the character the girlfriend no, which character was it? It wasn't was it Cheryl? I think it's
Cheryl's
Cheryl.
his sister.
Yeah, but then okay, so yeah,
Linda.
Cheryl gets attacked by the trees in the first
Yeah.
movie. And
Correct.
then the girlfriend of the
Bobby Joe.
Bobby Joe.
Bobby Joe is the one who gets attacked by the tree in the 2nd one.
Mhm.
So yeah, they have this moment pretty early on in the beginning of the stage play where they like move to like the narrator and they're like, you might remember that that there was another character who was introduced who isn't quite here right now, and that's because, and they literally say everything you're saying is for the story. We've taken her
No,
out.
No,
And it's done in
that's-
such a comedic way that it works really well
That's
because
just
it makes
lame. They're literally
No.
just using like, it's like the same logic. Have you ever played the 3DS version of New Yoshi's Island?
yes.
Remember that scene at the end where they literally just put a block of text at the end that says warping through space and time, King Bowser appears? Literally the same concept.
Well,
Literally.
okay, let me ask you this.
Same thing.
I'm gonna go into Star Trek, and this could very well be the big difference. So like in Star Trek Insurrection, there is a moment where Worf was a part of the Next Generation, but then he also was on Deep Space Nine. So during the time of Insurrection, Worf wouldn't be on the Next Generation ship. He was currently on Deep Space Nine. So there is a scene where he is there, and then Picard comes up to him and says, Worf, what are you doing here? And then Worf starts to speak, and then Picard interrupts him and says, oh, never mind, let's go on. So they don't explain it. They mention it, but then they're like, we can't come up with a good reason, so we're just going to do this. And I love that. If you're going to make a plot hole, then acknowledge it and move on. And I adore that. I think that's great. So that's going to be our difference. I think it works really. I think the musical is silly. It is ridiculous. And I love the song. Not all of them, but I love the songs. The whole every man in my life keeps getting killed by Kandarian
Okay, that one's pretty good, I will admit.
demons. Yeah, it's so good. It is so good. So I'm sorry that you didn't like it. I don't know, what happened to your joy, but no, I'm kidding. It was. I love you, Max.
I don't know how to feel after
love
that
and
one.
I totally love and
That
respect
was-
your opinion.
That was so. Whoa, brother. That was sass. That was when someone else picks on you, dude.
People
There's
on
no one that everyone in my life sasses me. Like
people on Twitch don't usually get to see the Zilla side that much. The people in the Discord community know the Zilla side, but yeah, that was the Zilla side. I apologize. Just look again at the Jennifer Tilly picture, and that should hopefully make everything go better. I was just joking.
I know. It's
But,
not
yeah, no,
for
you know
as
what?
much as we are fighting. Me and Chill are still best friends. Like, I respect his opinion. Me and him are all good. I'm not actually mad.
My friend All Around Psycho, he like when I watched Evil Dead 2, fell completely in love with the movie. As you should. I showed him the movie, and we had to stop it partway through because he was literally like, "What the fuck is this? What is going on?" At this point, he had never understood the concept of horror comedy. And the same thing happened when I tried to show him Eight-Legged Freaks with David Arquette. Like, there's
Eight-Legged Freaks.
Such a good movie.
There's a literal fight between a spider and a cat in the walls, and they have, just like Looney Tunes, their silhouettes showing through the drywall. That would never happen. Drywall just punches out. It would not bend and make the... But that is really silly, and I realized that to some, that is just... They don't understand. When you say the word horror, they expect one thing, no matter what follows it, even if it's supposed to be... And so he didn't get the concept for a long time. Now he gets it. He didn't get it for a long time. So
I need to ask you a quick question before I forget it, Jill.
Right.
And this goes for Max too.
Oh no.
Because my husband likes to say this out loud, and I wholeheartedly disagree with this statement, and I need to know and be honest with me. He goes around spewing the words, "You don't need to watch Evil Dead 1." Do you think that's that's the reaction I was looking for? Let's call him out. Jor in the chat. You're wrong. You're wrong.
I appreciate that he will die on that hill. There are many hills that I die on every day. But you can still be wrong and die, so.
You can still be wrong and die!
I'm gonna agree with his assessment. I think you miss out. If you want to, like, I'm dead. Here's the thing. Let's say that you want somebody to get into Evil Dead, and after everything that you've always told them about him, that first movie's tone is so different than the rest of them that I could understand if you didn't think that somebody would enjoy that I think they could skip it. But I know that at least I love seeing Passion Project, and I see that Passion Project come out. So I enjoy the first movie a lot. But if I was trying to bring somebody younger who may not, I don't mean to say like damn kids, but like maybe they are not going to appreciate some of that earlier film work, because I could see totally going, you know what, you can skip.
I wouldn't skip it. I would just not show it to them. I wouldn't make it their first Evil Dead movie. I would show them 2 or Army of Darkness first, and then I would show them Ash vs. Evil Dead, and then I would show them Evil Dead 1, if that makes sense.
I'm just saying, Allie, the difference, the tonal similarities between Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness is much easier to follow than necessarily the Evil Dead 1 to Evil Dead 2. It can be a shock. I love you, and I love you so much. Are we still getting Twitch married?
I was gonna say, like, I'm gonna have to draw up these divorce papers and witness this. Like, this is gonna be a me and Corn situation all over again.
Steele's like, wait, I don't want to lose your Twitch engagement.
Right.
Alright. Hear me.
Mom,
hear me
Dad,
out.
I need you guys to stop arguing, please, for my benefit.
Sometimes parents fight, son.
Right.
Especially when fathers are wrong.
She's not wrong. She's Oh, I love it here. I love it here. Think of the child. Thank you, Alpha.
Oh
Okay.
Alright, hold my cheek crack.
So now I'm really curious, Allie. What why do you feel the opposite?
Well, I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep my
I
composure.
can't do it.
Actually,
I can't.
is one of the main reasons because that's the movie that Bruce Campbell is hottest in?
No,
Okay.
no.
Debatable.
Although that is a correct statement in my opinion.
Debatable.
I think Bruce Campbell is peak handsome in two places, and that is Evil Dead 1 and Ash vs. Evil Dead first season. I think peak
Debatable.
of really cute. Debatable. Isn't it ironic?
God damn it. That's gonna be the fucking thing for this
That's my
episode.
thing. So the thing with Evil Dead 1, Evil Dead 2. Yeah, 100% agree with you guys. The tone, completely different. Evil Dead 1, they tried to make a... I like that you kind of used that word passion project. I never thought of it like that, but that's truly what it was, right? They had no budget. They were friends from college or high school or whatever. They wanted to make this movie with a bunch of friends, smoking weed in the woods, found a random cabin. They slept at it. There was no anything. They legitimately tried to make a horror film. The second movie came out, and Sam Raimi actually just wanted to go straight from Evil Dead 1 to Army of Darkness and make Army of Darkness the second film. And whoever was above him at that time, because after Evil Dead, it got that cult following. Now they have a little bit of money. They were able to build a cabin now, like an actual set. So they said, so that whoever it was like, no, let's do another Evil Dead movie, kind of almost like a remake of the first one. And so when Evil Dead 2, appeared, it was a completely different film, because it has to be, right?
Mhm.
It's why would he go back to the cabin? Also, the ending wouldn't have made sense. Like the ending of Evil Dead 1 is him kind of turning around the camera and it's like Deadite, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And then the camera right here, and then Evil Dead 2 is him and another Linda. Linda's dead, right? Another Linda. So they kind of remade the Evil Dead 1 into this horror comedy, into this black comedy that truly goes into Army of Darkness, which is a black comedy for fucking sure. I almost don't even consider it a horror movie. It is just a dark comedy, and I love it. But when Jor says oh, you don't need to watch Evil Dead 1. It's what? So you don't want to see a horror movie that comes straight from blood, sweat, and tears, that is actually supposed to mean to be funny, to be scary. The Deadites are so creepy. We're gonna get you.
Yeah.
So creepy. The dancing, and they did this in Evil Dead 2 as well, but the dancing of Linda's head and the moonlight, it was all I think it's almost stop motion, I think it was.
Yeah.
And so creative. And to me, the creativeness of the first one and just the pure, hey, this guy has nothing but fucking friends and a dream, and came out with this film that I'm getting goosebumps. It came out with this film that just epitomizes what he wants, and it turned out to be this scary, loving, just fucking mess of a fucking movie that is just such a cherished thing. It is for me and for a lot of people to not want to watch that and to skip over that is blasphemy to me. Like, it's just, you gotta watch it.
There is nothing that you said that I would disagree with. I honestly think the same thing about that movie. I think it is a true joy to watch and a true joy of cinematography. Like, I love film, and so I really I hate trying to use that. I've been told anytime you want to use really or very, just cut those words out. But I enjoy that. There's a reason why I love horror so much, and it's because when you get to the lower budgets, when you get to the people who want to do it just because they want to do it, you're going to find that a lot more in horror. And that is stuff to rally behind. The only reason that I have the stance that I have is because I do believe that the movie has aged itself in a way that not everybody can watch something that low budget, or not everybody can necessarily appreciate the things that we love about. So I don't think that you're wrong at all. I think people should want to watch it, but I can see the point too that, some people just, they're not going to connect with it because everything that they've seen has been part of it too. My mom was a theater teacher, so that meant that for a long time I was backstage while everyone is like working to. So the idea of seeing people trying to create a production and what they're doing behind the scenes to get ready for the next scene, all stuff, like all of that stuff is something that I can definitely appreciate. There are plenty of people who have not had that background, and they may not see it the same way that I do. So that's the only reason I would agree.
I agree with that. So like young people especially, like their attention spans nowadays, it's not good. So watching like Evil Dead, Dead by Dawn, where it's just silliness where you can kind of like look down and look up and stuff, like that's totally more their vibe. And that's why I say that, like, I know, Chill, that you are, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're a big fan of Blumhouse films, right?
I mean, yes. I won't say big fan, like out going, hey.
Majority, 9 times out of 10, they're a banger for you.
I have enjoyed pretty much most of the Blumhouse movies I have seen. Yep.
And those are the types of movies I feel as though that young people enjoy the most. Mm-hmm. They're not, the older 80s horror is just collectively the best horror. But like, it's not attention grabbing to somebody who is maybe like your daughter's age, or like is someone in their young 20s. But like The Conjuring or The Nun or Annabelle, these kind of like, let's just bang on all these kind of horror movies that are about, and then just kind of give not cheap, but give like special like booga booga effects. Like that's more of their speed. So Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn, that's more of like, ooh, boogle boogla, and kind of like, in your face kind of silliness.
Yeah.
It's easily digestible.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think a lot of my appreciation of their movies just comes from the fact of like, I just enjoy seeing more horror. And I don't disagree with what Entrails just said too, like the Conjuring universe is trash. Like, I don't necessarily love the Conjuring movies, but when they do their scares, their sound, their stuff, I think it's well done. But I'm very
you're easy to please.
I am easy to please.
You are easy. You're chill.
But I will say that the first Conjuring, I remember thinking that I enjoyed that one. But as they have gone on, I'm really bothered about propping up the Warrens, because I don't I don't like necessarily seeing them as hero. As much as I love horror, as much as I love
Same.
stuff like that,
Same.
I am an atheist and I don't believe in ghosts or the
Same.
afterlife or any of that kind
Yep.
of stuff. And so I feel like these people prey on very scared people, and I cannot get behind that. So yes, I am bothered by the Conjuring movies propping them up. Even though I enjoyed the first movie, I have enjoyed them less. My wife, ghost stories are her favorite, so we
I love
watch
ghost
them
stories.
mostly because those are the ones that she really enjoys watching. Uh, but yeah,
Also, like, it's do you feel as though being an atheist, do you feel like if you look at like the Warrens also in real life, their like museum and stuff is not too far from me. They're
no,
in
no.
they're in Connecticut. And they charge an arm and a leg for you
I
to fucking see this.
and
So it's all propaganda.
yep,
It's to me, it's all fake. They're
yep.
just profiting profiting from people's like stupidity, and
Right.
that's what I mean. Like, believe
Well,
what you want. If you want to spend $200 to go and take a walk through their toy chest of fake shit, while they tell you a story about how a guy looked at the Annabelle doll wrong and then he got in a car accident.
yeah,
Eat my ass. Excuse me.
yeah.
But like, that's not fucking true. And I don't
Right.
like that shit.
I
Stop
don't. Yeah.
doing that.
I don't enjoy that stuff as well. It really bothers me. I I am so I have a family member who does uh believe in ghosts and does like to do like ghost hunting, if you will. So yeah, when she wakes me up and says, "Hey, let's go to a cemetery at 3 a.m." Yeah, hell yeah, I'm down. Let's go and
Yeah,
do that. Like,
I'm down. I'm down
yeah,
too. Let's
right.
fucking
Like,
go. I'm
like
spoopy.
I don't mind like exploring the world, but there is I feel a big difference between wanting to believe something so badly versus looking at something for what it is. I have one story to share, but this family member and I were out at a cemetery at 3 a.m. and my wife was there, and a couple other friends were there. And as we were walking back, I heard this very loud bird sound, like caw, like something like that. And my family member heard it as well. We both turned and looked and didn't see anything. But my wife, who was 10 feet in front of us, didn't hear a thing. And so we were like, wow, that is weird. Now, I did not immediately jump to any conclusions. Like, I was just like, okay, that's weird. Well, then later, as we're retelling the story to certain people, this family member then said, and it sounded like help me. And then I had to be like, no, it didn't. Like, no,
Yeah.
no, it didn't. But you know what? I mean, for what it's worth, like maybe that did sound like that to them. I'm not entirely sure. But it's just one of those things where I feel like there's some people who want it so badly that people like the Warrens are more than willing to give that to you at a price.
Yeah.
At a complete price. So as long as you give them money, and that really does bother me.
It's
A
kind of like
lot.
the church, right? You give them
Yeah.
money, give them money to
Exactly
believe
like the
something.
church.
Yep,
If you think
exactly.
about it.
They have that. I have a friend who says, my God is never short
My
on cash.
God is an
Yeah.
awesome God. He reigns from heaven up. I'm sorry,
But her version is, my God is never short on cash. So she is a believer, but she doesn't like organized religion, and I have taught my daughter, and she's right here, by the way. But I have taught my daughter, and it's something that I believe in too, which is to never kill anybody's motivation. So if
Or kill
like,
people.
even though
Let's put that
or kill
out.
yeah,
Don't kill
people.
people. As the Grim Reaper solemnly swear. Also, you
let's
guys
not
are
kill people.
trashing my entire work, by the way, since you guys are not believing in the afterlife, so I'm going to prove you guys wrong when
Actually,
you guys
no.
get here.
No,
I'm
Max,
just kidding.
I don't,
I'm just kidding.
I don't think we're arguing with you because there's one fact that I do know. We're all gonna die. So
Very soon. Very
Right.
soon.
So I think it was Louis C.K., who I know is canceled, but he made one quote that I really, really, really enjoyed, which is that do you guys realize sorry, I gotta take pills. Do you realize
Whoa
that,
now.
Yeah,
This isn't that
realize
kind of podcast show. Sorry.
do you realize that we're alive for, a short amount of time, and then we're on this planet dead for a lot longer than we've ever been alive? Yeah, it's like, whoa. Anyway, so I teach my daughter that wherever people find motivation, it's not our place to yuck their yum. You know what I mean? Like, even if I don't agree, the difference that comes in, the difference of where I do not have to show your religion respect or whatever people want to call what it is, their belief system, where I don't have to show it respect, is when they are using that to make laws. That's where I don't need to respect your religion and I can say whatever I want about it. But normally, if you are like my my friend who does believe but doesn't go into a church, they're wonderful people, and I'm not going to sit there and tell them that they're silly for it. Also, they're not pushing their beliefs on me in any way. That is what I can.
I can't
That's
say
what I can
fuck
go
all
behind.
about religion. I worship a giant crocodile, and you
Yeah.
people look up to me for it. Like,
Yeah. And you know what? There's a lot more proof that giant alligator exists than.
yeah, it's literally been documented. Like, there's like 13 different documentations of it in some way. Did you know they lost him at some point? A giant 20-foot long crocodile. They lost him.
Where did they lose him?
He just like wasn't there one day,
Is he
and then they were just
still
like,
not found?
I think
Have
he's
they not
dead.
found-
I think they've confirmed that he's dead.
Or is that what
How
the
can they-
crocodile wants you to believe?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if there's no body, if you did
Right.
a rule of all the what are they
If it didn't
called?
happen
Superhero
on
movies.
screen, it didn't
That's
happen.
That's right.
Exactly.
If it didn't happen on screen, he's not dead.
Yep.
Bane, he's
I
still
mean-
not dead. He got flung. I don't even know where he is now,
Right.
Fair.
but he's not
Did you guys-
dead.
Did you guys watch Squid Games?
Yeah,
Oh, you haven't watched it, Max?
Nope,
Squid Game
I'm
is
not
Okay.
so
going
good.
to, but
Yeah.
you know.
Well, okay, then I'll basically
Go ahead.
it follows that rule.
Yeah.
Like, I was on board with all the I liked the whole thing.
The
But when I
ending
say on
sucked.
board, but when I say on board, what I mean is like all the characters I believed that they were what they were, and it wasn't until the one character died, and my wife and I turned to each other and we're just like, they didn't show it.
Yeah, yeah.
They didn't show it.
They didn't show it.
And then they go on for the whole rest of it, never mentioning it until the very end. And I'm like, see that we knew it. If
Mhm.
you don't show it, we're gonna know.
and that's why I still believe. Like,
And that is one reason why I really like. Have you guys? I know it's not horror, but have you guys watched Knives Out and Glass Onion?
Yeah.
Oh,
Nope.
So good.
I've heard Glass Onion was really good.
Knives
Knives
Out.
Onion.
Yeah, Knives Onion.
Knives Onion, my favorite.
Knives Out is fantastic. It is a really great murder mystery, who done it, how they do it, like all of this stuff is and then Glass Onion doesn't have necessarily the same tone, but it is again another really fun murder mystery that is really great. Ryan Johnson, I know he gets panned for Last Jedi, but I freaking adored Last Jedi. Star Wars talk, sorry, Allie. But the when he went on to do Knives Out, I'm just like this man, well, he's a director to watch. He's definitely someone to watch.
Mm.
And then they made a side story TV show, Poker Face, with that other woman who's got the accent. What's her name? Leonie?
Do you know how little that narrows it down,
Baloney?
Jill?
The not Baloney. Something Leonie. She was in
Leone.
God damn it.
it's something. What? Russian Dolls. Did you guys watch Russian Dolls?
Natasha Lyonne?
Yes.
Natasha.
Yes.
Hey,
I thought it was Natasha
I'm
Lyonne.
Natasha Lyonne. I play a Russian doll, and I've also been in Orange is the New Black. I always play a lesbian every time I play something.
Oh my god, you have.
I love
you guys.
I love
Russian-
those kinds of characters,
Russian
not gonna lie.
Russian Dolls is freaking great. Poker Face is freaking great. You
What, my impression, sure, or the show?
I think it's gonna be your impression because you did sound like her for not knowing who I'm talking about. I think you.
Well, she's from
really-
she's from New York. I feel every
Yeah.
time I hear Natasha Lyonne talk, I'm like, we just have the same voice, except for like
Yeah.
She
You know, a little
smokes
bit more
20
cigarette-y.
Marlboro factories
Yeah, exactly.
5 lives
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah, it needs to just go a little lower, and you got it. And then I think she's Poker. I barely know her. That's a good one. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
What other? So, you guys consider Alien to be a horror movie?
I do.
Sci-fi horror.
I actually asked Days this not last podcast, the podcast before, and he was like, it's sci-fi horror, which
Yeah.
one of the best kind of horrors if we're
Right.
being honest.
Because Aliens,
but yeah.
exactly what George says. The Aliens is not like the second one, and then
Oh yeah,
the
for
movies
sure.
the movies after that all kind of take an Aliens approach
Mhm.
to them, so they're not horror. But that first one, I think, is we were talking about how long scenes go and about how people get kind of like tired, like things happen so fast now in movies.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one scene in Alien that, because I love that movie, I think
Mhm.
that movie could.
Don't you have a cat named after
Yep, Jonesy. Yep.
Jonesy?
So-
Yeah.
So I have we have 4 animals, and I've got to name 3 out of the 4. We have a cat named Jonesy and a cat named Newt, from
Mhm.
Aliens, and then our first dog is named Ripley. So
Ripley.
That's
yeah,
awesome. I love that
I love
so
that.
much.
yeah, I think Alien is one of the best movies. It could possibly be a perfect.
I would agree.
I would argue that, but what I will say is that the only part that has over time been the scenes that I get a little bored in is the long walks to the ship to then
Yeah.
go and turn off the thing. It's just this long, the alarms are going off and you're just watching her slowly walk. Well, they re-released the movie to theaters like 5 years ago for its
Mhm.
40th anniversary. 40 years. That is
Wow.
that's so I got to go and see it for the first time in the theater because I was very young when that first one came out. And I got to see it for the first time in the theater, and I now really do believe that seeing it big and with the booming stereos, like people have always said, "Oh, you've got to see movies on the big screen," and I don't know if I ever truly agreed with that. Like, I know it's nice,
There's
but I
some
can
movies,
still-
sure.
yeah, but I can enjoy a movie without it being on there. But seeing Alien on the big screen, and maybe it's just because of my love for it,
Mhm.
even those moments were so well done.
Mhm.
Like, it was a better experience for me seeing it on the big screen because all that alarm sound, I'm feeling that tension down my back. The hairs are standing up. Like, it was. I loved it, and so that was like kind of my experience. What is your guys' experience with Alien?
Well, I was kind of say on the big screen, I can remember, I've seen Killer Clowns twice. I've seen Evil Dead 2. I've seen The
Wow.
Blob,
Did you see
Basket
Blob when
Case.
it came out or on a
No,
re-release? Okay.
no re-release. I've seen Basket Case and Brain Damage. What else? Other older movies I've seen on the big screen. I feel like there's a few more that I've seen, but I love seeing them on the big screen. Like I don't necessarily think you like have to, but like to me, I'm like seeing Killer Clowns on like the big screen
Oh
is
my
like the
god.
best. Like it's absolutely a lot. I have seen. I don't know if it's Alien or Aliens once, and I probably no other Alien movie after that except for Alien versus Predator, Prometheus, Covenant. I saw all of those, which I really liked. So I actually like have no say in saying like what I think about Alien. I definitely would need to rewatch them because I'm actually not a big fan of I laugh because Defiled makes fun of me. I'm not a fan of anything in space.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I did, however, I love Jason X. I love Event Horizon. Alien movies in general. The movie Fire in the Sky is really
Oh,
fucking
Fire in the Sky
terrifying.
is such
It's
a
the
good
scariest
movie.
alien movie
That
scariest
scene
alien
where
movie
they
I've ever
like
seen.
shove all the black goo down his throat makes me vomit every time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I kind of like sci-fi horror is not my thing, so I want to seek it out. So I have watched one of the movies. I don't remember which one it was though. But Max, what do you think?
Um, so I love the first Alien movie. That was like, I don't remember if I know Halloween was my first horror movie. I don't remember like when exactly I watched Alien for the first time. But I remember my dad calling me downstairs and being like, "Hey, you love horror movies. This horror movie is on. We should watch it together." And I remember it being like such a magical
Hey.
experience because I'm just like, I get to sit there watching something I enjoy with someone else that I enjoy. And I'm just like,
That's nice.
this is great. I need to do this more often. If only anyone else in my family liked horror movies.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, watching Alien for the first time like changed my life honestly because I kind of felt like there was such a big jump from I mean like literally a big jump from Halloween to Aliens to Alien and it's just like I will forever have so many good memories of just like chatting with my dad about behind the scenes information I have about that movie and all that. But yeah, I just have a lot of good memories with that movie. Yeah,
The first Halloween movie is the best.
I agree.
It's so scary.
Yeah,
It's so good.
I don't know that I like any other Halloween movies. I will watch them, but I don't know that I like them.
I enjoyed the third one.
The third one was also really good. I don't know that I would consider it one of my favorite movies.
Tom
though.
Atkins is. I mean, I love
He's the
Halloween
mask selling
3.
guy, right?
No, Tom Atkins is the main.
Oh,
the main
right.
Top.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I love Tom Atkins.
Ah,
so
so
much.
good. Night of the Creeps. Have you seen Night of the Creeps, Max? Oh my god!
I also haven't seen Night of the Demons.
Oh, Jeffrey Combs.
I'd say okay. Chill. Agree with me or not?
Okay.
Night of the Creeps and Okay. Night of the Demons is just like it's very similar to Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Night of the Creeps is more of like a mixed match of a kind of different genres with that Evil Dead 2 funniness.
Yeah. And if you want to
one-liners.
Right. And if you kind of want to go on movies that have a similar, you could do Night of the Creeps and then watch James Gunn's Slither. You could those two kind of have good comparisons. That would be a really fun movie night. Have you seen Slither?
No.
Do we have to send you a list?
You have to send me I'm
stuff?
still new to this whole horror thing, so I haven't seen a lot of the things that you guys have seen.
Oh my god,
yeah.
you
I
love
assume-
Slither. It's so funny.
I assume
Yeah.
it's about
almost- it's-
snakes, right?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was thinking it was
that's
more
it.
like I was
That's
thinking
it,
it was
Max.
gonna be like an anaconda type thing. I don't know. It sounds like an anaconda movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
There
no.
definitely is slithering things.
Yes. Definitely.
I don't like the way that you said that. There is snakes, and they're one-eyed, and they live in your pants.
I know we like to make sex jokes, but we don't always make.
Yeah, and that's why I don't always do it, and it catches Allie off guard every time. I do it
I was like,
specifically to
whoa,
catch
whoa.
Allie. She does the thing that I do where I'm just like, whoa, now let's not get hasty here.
Max says, "Whoa, I don't like that fuck."
I don't like that fuck.
Favorite thing. Yeah, that's actually a fantastic suggestion. Also, like, Slither feels like a Sam Raimi movie, 100%. The humor in it, the acting in it. There's just nothing. Every time I hear that song, that's like, "There's nothing in the world."
Yeah.
I think it's
Yes.
like, oh, and I laugh and get creeped out at the same time. It's so fucking funny. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so hungry.
Oh my god, that. Yes.
Oh,
That
oh my god, we need to watch it.
moment, so good, and
Oh.
it just sets the tone about James Gunn as a director for me.
Uh-huh.
He's always had some really great.
What else
humor.
has he done?
Well, he's the one that did the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. He's the one that did Suicide Squad. Which, Allie, I know you're probably not into superhero movies either, or are you?
So I like not the Will Smith Suicide Squad, but the one
Right.
with the shark.
Mhm.
That is
That
James.
movie
that's-
is fantastic.
Yep, that's James Gunn.
Okay.
And so now he's the guy who's kind of in charge of the DC movies going forward. So I'm actually very excited. But he's done. I'm trying to think. Was he the one that did Super with Rainn Wilson?
Oh, Rainn Wilson.
Did you say the movie's called
Yes.
Super?
Yeah, the movie's called Super.
Is that
and
the
it
movie
stars...
with? No, I'm thinking of Seven. Never mind. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, it stars Rainn Wilson.
What's in the box?
What's in the
It's-
box?
I love that. He did. So he did this movie called Super, and it stars Rainn Wilson and Ellen Page. And it is really dark. Like, it is a very dark superhero movie. It's got one of the best taglines. Rainn Wilson. So it's basically a guy decides he wants to be a superhero in our world where there are no superheroes. So he basically just puts on a costume and then runs out. But his line is always, "Shut up, crime!" And it is.
I
It
love
is
that.
really good.
That
but
is
it gets
slightly better
dark.
than Spoon.
Yes, exactly. But it gets dark really, really quick.
Mhm.
But all like James Gunn, just like Mike Flanagan for horror, James Gunn has reached a status where if I see his name on a project, I am going to see it
Mhm.
without knowing anything about it
Mm.
because I believe in the what they do and put out there.
Is Mike Flanagan Chucky?
No, Mike Flanagan is the new Haunting of Hill House.
Oh,
Yes.
yes. Okay.
He actually did Oculus, which I can't remember. Did you like that one or not? You know that was produced by Wrestling Money.
WWE.
Yeah. So Wrestling Monday funded that movie. He did that. He did Midnight Mass. The guy, everything he touches is gold. Hush. I don't know if you saw Hush.
Oh, I love
Mhm.
Hush.
That's on
It's
Netflix.
such
Yes.
a good movie. I rewatched that the other day. Such a good movie.
I honestly believe Midnight Mass is creme de la creme. Like that.
Oh, that's my
series-
least favorite.
Oh,
My least favorite was
It-
Midnight Mass. Yeah, I was bored by it. I also don't like vampires. Spoilers. Yeah.
That's
I'm
why
not really
Allie's
like
favorite
vampires.
movie is Twilight.
Yeah. I'm really into sparkly, sharp teeth people.
Speaking of vampires, we just watched Day Shift on Netflix last night.
How was it? I have that. That's the one with the black dude. What's his name?
Yeah, Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, Jamie.
I have
Jamie
that on my
Foxx.
list.
It was good. I mean, it's I think 2 days after watching it, you'll forget all about it. Like,
Cool.
but that doesn't. I mean, we watch a lot of movies like that. Like, I feel like so many movies now are just to kind of like fill 2 hours of your life where you're just having fun, and that's what that movie did. Is we had fun, we laughed, we were like, ooh, at some of the gore. Dave Franco was great. I think he's doing really well with his playing a geeky guy who's a little uncomfortable by violence type stuff. So I think it was fun. His
brother for sure.
Yeah. And Snoop Dogg is in it, and that was
He's
great.
my favorite homie. I love Snoop Dogg.
And there is a Lost Boys reference at the very, very end of the film. So I think the movie was good. Like I said, it's not gonna win any awards. I probably will, forget about it. Yeah, that is.
Anytime someone references Snoop Dogg, I always think of that edit that I did where I edited Korn's face onto Snoop Dogg. Because he was eating the Snoop Dogg meal from, I think it was Taco Bell.
I think it was Burger King. Was it Burger King?
It was one of those weird fast food places. But yeah, I just thought it was funny. I still call corn dog to this day.
Oh yeah, corn is always corn dog.
Yeah,
I love it.
That was my co-guest at the last time I was on.
Yeah.
Show, yay.
The Haunting of Hill House series, the first series. I don't know if you guys know this, but I got invited. Have both of you seen that series?
Yeah.
Have you seen it, Max? The Haunting of Hill House, and then there's the Haunting of Bly Manor.
Bly Manor. Yep.
Bly Manor. It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
The Crook Neck Lady.
Because if not, the breakneck lady or something.
I think they called her Crook Neck. I think Crook Neck.
Bat Neck Lady.
I know the series you guys are talking about. I can't remember if I've watched it or not because I've watched so many things.
The first one, The Haunting of Hill House, is one of the scariest series. There's so many. If you're scared of ghosts, this is it. And there's a lot of like all of a sudden like in your face stuff. But my friend Amy, she was getting married, and she was in Georgia. And we were chatting, and she was like, "Have you seen the Haunting of Hill House on Netflix?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she goes, like the funeral parlor that they all work in? And I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "That's where I'm getting married."
No way!
Yeah, so we went down to Georgia, and it's not actually a funeral parlor. It is like a dining hall kind of situation. And the dancing and the ceremony area was in where like you had the reception, like the coffin and everything.
Yeah.
I recognized it. I was like, oh wow, it smelled like a funeral. For sure. It smelled like that like white flower.
Oh sure, yeah.
That smell, 100%. Fuck Georgia.
Also, an interesting tidbit. So Mike Flanagan, as we know, likes to use people that he knows in his movies all the time, given by his wife starring in almost every single.
Who's his wife?
One of them.
Which one?
Katie Siegel. So she's the oldest sister, I believe, in Hill House.
Not the lesbian.
I don't. It's been a while since I've seen it, so I can't.
The hot lesbian. Is she the hot one?
Oh, I think she. Yes, I think she's. I think that's her.
Katie Siegel.
Yeah.
Mike Flanagan's the next Rob Zombie. He's just whoring out his wife.
Yeah.
The only difference is that his wife can act. Although.
Oh my God, you're right.
What I will say is.
The hot one.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Oh my God, that's him.
Yeah, I know. He looks like.
He better count his lucky stars. This is the most unattractive man I've ever seen. He's
just your average, everyday Joe. But he's a great writer, in my humble opinion. He did... So, I'm going to make connections between Midnight Mass and Hush. So the woman is an author in Hush, and one of the books that she wrote, the book that she wrote, is called Midnight Mass. He had written and had been writing Midnight Mass before he did his other horror movies, so he had this kind of like plate to work off. But they show a scene where she's reading the words on her computer talking about the opening scene, and that is the opening scene that happens in Midnight Mass with the car crash and the red and blue lights. So it's exact for that. But the other interesting thing is that the friend who returns the book to her and hands it to her, that is played by the woman who was the church going lady, like the really religious church going lady in the movie. I just having her play that friend character and handing Katie that book, I just thought was really interesting to
I love it when they come together, like anthologies.
Yes, like there's so much. So yeah, I mean, it could very well be that in this universe, you know, she's the one. Like maybe Midnight Mass is a TV series, and there, whatever. It's the whole Quentin Tarantino verse that there's some movies we watch by Quentin Tarantino are movies that people would watch in Quentin Tarantino. So like Kill Bill is a series that people of Pulp Fiction would watch because in their alternate reality where they killed Hitler and everyone in that Inglourious Bastards movie, that means that America is even more violence obsessed than they normally, like in their alternate world, more. And so something like Kill Bill is a movie that they made that his characters would watch.
Did you know that my husband looks like Quentin Tarantino?
No.
And everybody tells him he does, and he's adopted, so I keep telling him that Quentin Tarantino is definitely his father, and you need to get some of that fucking money, like right now. Sorry, Joe. Chill. It's been like really natural, just kind of like having like we just like flowing into conversations that I like. I have a question that I wanted to ask you about, like your Twitch stream. So you love horror, so I love horror so much. I enjoy talking horror with you like immensely. You're one of my favorite people to talk about horror too. I'm curious because you are, how I would describe you is you're a retro game streamer. You love retro games. You're the king of pinball. What makes you not play horror games on Twitch?
It's weird to say this because I know that you are a horror streamer. But honestly, when I started watching Twitch, I got into Twitch because I was playing Dead by a lot and I wanted to get better, and I knew there was something that I was missing, and I didn't know how to get that information other than I turned to people who play it a lot. So that is how I got onto watching Twitch. So like years after Twitch has already been out, you know. I never thought that I would be a streamer, but as I watched many different people, Miss Fairy is someone who I used to watch, Tone Deaf Andy, none of them really. Miss Fairy came back, but Tone Deaf Andy, I've not seen him anymore. Like there's this whole community of people that I used to be really close with, and now like none of them are around anymore. It happens, you know, it just happens. I hope that they're enjoying what they're doing. But I started to see that what I loved about Twitch was the community that it was, and that it was finding people, like-minded people to chat with. And I honestly mean it. I have met some of my best friends now here Twitch, like Allie, Max, as examples.
Hi, I'm Max.
The community.
I am Allie. Hi, I'm Max.
The community building is really what sold it for me. So when I finally got the idea that I'm like, you know what, I kind of want to do this. Like, I love playing video games anyway. I did not do this with the idea of becoming rich and famous. I just wanted to meet other people online, and plus the pandemic was going on, so like Like I'm just like I need an outlet for people. I'm an extrovert in
I'm an
this
extrovert as well. Yeah.
an extrovert in this family of introverts. So like I need something here. Um and I was originally going to be a horror streamer. I found a bloody handprint that I was going to put on the stream. Like I was going to go this route. Um but so then I do the research stage, which is where I watch then a bunch of others, and the amount of horror streamers that there are was very large. And some people who even create communities where they tell you how to stream, that person was a horror streamer. So I all of a sudden realized like there's a lot out there. And I'll tell you one thing that I don't necessarily bring is being good at games. So I wasn't gonna.
Preaching
I
to
was
the
like, you know what?
choir.
Right. So I was like, I don't know if this is my. You're you were great, Allie. You you scream
About.
you scream all the freaking time, and that's what makes your stream so entertaining. The fact that you are so I consider you, for lack of a better word, ballsy. You are a very ballsy person. Like you
Allie's
are
just
like
one
you
of the
can talk.
boys.
Yeah, you
On the
you
boys.
can talk to anybody, and you're honest. You're funny. Um, it's amazing. And then you play a video game, and then a shark appears, and you scream. Like, what is that one where you like fell off your chair,
Oh, I
and then
clipped
your
that.
hand
I was
is
there for
like
that.
on the mouse, and then you're like, "Is it gone?
Yeah.
Is it like that clip lives in my brain."
Crimson Snow.
Crimson Snow,
Such
that's
a
the
good
game.
fucking game.
So, like you are, so yeah, so when I say that there's a bunch of horror streamers, in many ways, like that is an area that I don't think I can necessarily deliver on. I enjoy the games, but have you ever watched someone playing a horror game and they don't necessarily really react to it? Like I understand if you're talking to your community that you may not be able to catch a scare here or there, but I'm talking about the people who aren't necessarily talking to their chat and they're not really reacting to the horror game. And I was really nervous that that would be the content that I would be producing, and I don't like that idea.
Mhm.
I have more reactions with pinball, with roguelikes, and with retro games. So those are the three things that I hit. Pinball, roguelike, and retro. Those are the three things that I feel I produce a better gaming reaction with those than horror. But I mean I play horror off stream. I do love horror games.
Yeah.
So but I just that wasn't gonna be my plus my personality. I
You're a sweet baby angel.
I try to I
We
try very
stand.
hard to spread positivity wherever I go. I believe that even if you, as somebody who does battle with depression, there is those voices, those intrusive thoughts that tell you that you're the worst human being around. And I know exactly what it means to be able to say, have a great day, and not actually mean it or necessarily feel it. But I still believe in the fact that if I send out positivity, that I can get positivity. So maybe it's selfish reasons that I do that, but I like the idea that the way that I talk to people wouldn't necessarily work so well with horror either if I'm trying to create a.
Okay.
But
you know what's funny about that show is that like because I'm an extremist. Everything is either I fucking love it or it's the worst fucking thing ever seen in my life. I am not in the middle ever about anything. So when I play games, my reactions are here always, and I just can't calm down from it, right? So for me, personally, what I enjoy the most is watching watching we're just talking about horror streamers, watching
Right.
horror streamers that don't have the exact opposite reaction to me. Off the bat, I can name 3 of them. Kimster is
Kim
wonderful.
is the top.
When
Yeah.
she reacts,
Yep.
she's just like, it goes Cubs, and she goes, what?
What you want?
Xeno Fox, she plays
Yes.
Madison, fucking things come at her, and she just goes, fuck your dad. Like,
Right.
and
So true.
Darliar, when
Yes,
she plays horror games, she goes, quack.
Quack.
She quacks.
Quacks.
Like, my 3 favorite horror
It's a
streamers
beautiful
to watch.
thing.
It's great.
It is such a beautiful
We
thing.
stand.
Because I'm like, oh, nice. It's like, this is nice and relaxing. We don't need more of me. Like, you know what I mean? Like when I like double stream with somebody or like play games like on stream, I'm just like, who am I? Like my favorites, like I love doing it like with Kim because Kim and we can do this. We can meet in the middle.
Meet in the middle.
We can
Yeah,
meet
yeah,
in the
yeah,
middle.
yeah.
But if she was like me, the whole fucking place would explode. We
Yeah.
don't need that. You know? Like
That's what I
Oh,
loved
but-
about playing Outlast Trials with you guys, because we were literally like the entire spectrum. Like, because
Yeah.
I'm literally in between both of them. Chill. I don't know if you know this. My community has several clips of me, of what they like to call panicking in lowercase.
I love that.
And I can't do it like on command, but I'll have to send you a bunch of clips of me panicking in lowercase. It's genuinely so funny to listen to.
That is the best description of that. Like panicking in lowercase captures exactly. I'm guessing that when you send the clip, it's gonna be exactly what's in my head. You know, just the guys, I think we're in trouble, guys.
Literally,
guys,
it's just
guys.
me going, oh god, oh god, oh no, oh god, oh god, oh god,
Yes,
oh no.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah,
love that.
exactly. Oh my god.
and I panic in uppercase.
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, exactly.
was like,
All uppercase.
All
yes.
uppercase. You're like me when I chat. When I chat, I'm always in uppercase.
Yeah, maybe
Fact.
maybe it's not that Allie panics in uppercase. It's that Allie panics in caps lock. That's where
It's so
Yes.
true. You doing all right, Allie?
Allie.
Everything okay?
Sorry, I couldn't figure out. I was hearing myself in double, and then I
Oh.
realized that I turned the volume up on the stream,
Gotcha.
and I was like, "What happened?"
I was
Allie
like, "Oh, no, what
panicked,
happened?"
exclamation points. Yes, no, it is.
Well, can I ask you guys as well questions about your own?
It's your
own
podcast.
Yes, Chill was
Um,
the first person here, and he will outlive both of us.
chill for her pleasure.
Chill for her
Right.
pleasure.
My wife is not
Chilly
guest starring,
for her
right?
pleasure.
Chilly. Ah, there we go. Yeah.
That sounds like a condom wrapper quote.
God, I know, and I feel so bad about it now. Fuck's sakes, Allie. God damn it.
So Max, I got a question because there's a variety. How do you? Because I know that you've got like Left 4 Dead is your favorite game, like also. But how do you decide what you're going to play
Okay, so
on stream?
so when I started out, I was a horror streamer. I played a lot of horror games and stuff, and then I kind of like moved away from that at the beginning of this year. And then I really wanted to join Allie's stream team. So
Yeah, see,
and then I
just-
didn't get accepted into it. So that really gave me the push and the drive to start playing horror games again. And now like I play Demonologist with Virgo every other stream. I'm probably gonna replay some games that I didn't keep the VODs for.
Yeah.
I've been really enjoying the Call of Cthulhu, which is a really good game.
Yeah, I love HP Lovecraft stuff without
Yeah.
actually reading any HP Lovecraft. Does that make sense? I've
Yeah.
attempted. I
It's,
have tried.
It's hard.
It's hard.
Call of Cthulhu is very similar to
Chili flavored condoms. Oh my god.
disgusting. What is that? What was that Doom clone you play? Is it Forgive Me, Father?
Yes, forgive
It's
me,
very
Father,
similar
yes.
to that. Except
Okay.
it kind of goes into more of the like you go more and more insane as you play it.
Oh, nice.
It's so good. I highly recommend it. It's becoming one of my favorite games as I complete it. Also,
So you
streaming helps
are-
me complete a lot of games, so I'm really thankful for that.
And
Sorry,
do
continue.
you prefer playing games that you haven't played on stream for the first time, or do you prefer playing games that you've already played?
So, I like a little bit of both. I I'm really bad about this. There will be times where I will play a game off stream just so that I can so that I'm not like fumbling through stream
Right.
or whatever. But every now and then I enjoy just like getting lost in a game. I'm sure I'm gonna get lost through Outlast if I ever play that on stream. Outlast seems like you get lost easily, right, Allie?
Oh no, it's wonderful. They give you maps and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna say I've been lied to.
No, it's very no, it's very easy to get lost.
Gotcha. And also like I like playing games with my friends, and a lot of my friends use streaming time to like play their games. So I would rather just like co-stream with some of my friends, like me and Virgo have been doing. Those are just some of my favorite streams, just hanging out with my friends and all that. But yeah, I'll just play games, whatever I'm feeling at the moment.
Yeah.
I want everyone to name their top 3 multiplayer games, like to play with friends. What is your top 3?
Left 4 Dead, Demonologist, DBD.
Okay, nice. You chill?
Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14,
Mm.
and then my third, probably Minecraft. None of them horror.
Nice.
Minecraft is such a Minecraft needs to be streamed more. I feel like there's such a hidden gem of a game there, and I only know one Minecraft streamer.
I feel like you need to be really active and talking to your chat and stuff to be a Minecraft streamer, because that could be very boring to watch.
Or get a gang together, Giggity question mark.
Minecraft kind of becomes a hyper fixation for me,
Mm-hmm.
and I am not great at talking when I'm in a hyper fixation because I'm so focused on the game. But I do feel the streams that I've done with my daughter have been really awesome. We don't do that as much. She doesn't play Minecraft as much as she used to. She doesn't play Fortnite as much as she used to, which I really enjoyed Fortnite. I never thought that I would like Minecraft, but my daughter wanted someone to play with, and so I joined her, and then I find out that I like both of these games.
Mm-hmm.
But Minecraft, yeah, I think you're right. There's a balance between I just walking around in Minecraft and just kind of building a house I don't think is necessarily that interesting, yet there are some streamers, and even JT Dogzone can do it. There are some streamers who can communicate their actions so well that it's an enjoy to watch them build exactly what they were telling you that they're working on, and it's so great to see that.
Jay does a great job at doing that.
Yeah, really. Well, he's awesome anyway. I was so sad when he said he was done, and now that he's back, I'm just like, yay!
I know. I'm hoping Platt follows suit because I miss him too.
Yeah, I miss Platt.
Yeah,
that's right. Why did he? What did he give a? Or did he just not?
I think it was just work. Starting a new job and stuff.
Yeah.
It's hard to balance.
That's what got newsy.
That's what got newsy.
Poor Newsy.
Yeah.
I
She
miss
went
her.
into the. I miss her too.
I never actually got to watch any of her streams, unfortunately.
She was always streaming really.
Yeah, because I think her Twitch page says 11 p.m. EST.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And whenever like I could, like I was always, or whenever like I could, she wasn't streaming. You know.
Right. Yeah. And she would go like, well, and so we would do Tuesday night streams, and I was like, we can't go this long.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, I can't. But yeah, I miss her too. I miss her a ton. She it's got work, and then she's really into Tetris Attack, and there's like a community that that is kind of where she spends a lot of her time from there. Every so often, I see her, pop up online. We say hi, but
Another question for both of you guys. This happens to me, and not that I'm complaining about this or anything, but I'm a niche streamer, and when I do, once in a while I will do what I call a I always forget the word that I use. Pretty much a week, like a decompression week, where I've played so many horror games in the last few months that I need to just reset, and I'll do like Franbo, Little Misfortune, like something like a sweet game that's not horror. Life is Strange, one of those games. And when I play those games, I have at least half as many people come in and hang out with me. I know that both of you are more variety, less niche. Do you find that when you play a different game out of what you usually play, you have more or less people come in, hang out with you?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
I experienced that this year when I started playing like Legend of Zelda like type games on stream. I got like I went from like, not that I was counting, I went from like double digits to single digits. And now that I'm going back to horror, I've noticed them rise a lot more, and that's also because like I've been making a lot more friends and been growing my community a lot more. I've actually been like streaming and gotten the chance to like, like make lifelong friends like Alpha, Virgo, all them. And that's always nice. But yeah, I don't know. I will play what I want to play, really.
Of course.
But just at the moment, I'm just like, horror games all the way, Woohoo!
I mean, we're approaching spooky season.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. This is when Dead Ringer
I was
cosplay,
gonna say that.
Yeah, Dead Ringer does this every year because she plays horror games all the time, but then when spoopy season kicks in gear, she plays happy, friendly games because she's like, everybody's playing horror, so I'm gonna give you something.
That's a good idea, honestly.
It's so good. Horror games all the way.
It's Crims.
Hey, Crims.
Oh my God, Allie, can I throw something out to you? So I've been thinking about this so much recently that it's kind of driven me a little bit insane. So I came up with this really fucking funny idea. So you call Crims your pussy pal.
Yes.
I want One Speed and I to be the dick dudes. So badly.
I love that. You could also, Max. I mean, we kind of
the genital guys. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Kind of going off of what Allie's is. If you write
Boner Bros.
if I love Boner Bros, that is great.
Oh my God.
You could totally write One Speed a letter, so then, and he write you back, so then you can be Penis Pen. Then you get 3 C's in there. But you have to write letters. It's important.
Oh my God.
The Taint Twins. Yes, that's pretty good too. Oh my
Oh my
god.
gosh, this is so
Welcome
good.
in, Crims. This is the chaos you can expect.
You know, so you're sorry to go back, but your question about like
Oh
seeing like
yeah.
kind of drop off. You know what's funny
Ooh.
is because so I started with TBD people. My first game that I streamed was Doom. I was always going to focus way more on retro because I didn't think that my DVD content was going to be that great. But I did make sure that on Fridays I played DVD, and so and let me tell you, I don't know if it's changed, but when I streamed 3 years ago, um, morning time, so like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. my time central, you get games as a survivor so quick. It's probably
Oh
changed
yeah.
now, but it was just like what, these games are super fast. So all these streams where I watch people where they have to wait and wait and they're like they got words on stream or whatever going on, like I get it. It sucks. My streams were never like that. It was just like, "Oh, I'm in a game. Oh, I'm in a game." Um but that community, the DVD communities that I was a part of, I would see them show up. But every other day where I wasn't streaming DVD, they weren't there because that is exactly what this viewership was all about those types of games. Um, and I've played around with, like I said, a bunch of the different types of games because I do variety. What I have found now is that now that I'm part of this Discord, that the Players Cantina, is I get now a lot of people who come there for me, which is great. Appreciate that. They don't care what game I'm playing. They're actually not there for the game, to be honest. Um, and so we can chat, we can talk, we can do all that kind of stuff. But once I usually start the game, that's where they usually need to go and do what they're going to do. So they're going to do their work, are going to do certain things like that. And then that is when I've actually, I feel bad about this. I've actually just switched to changing my title to retro, like the category to just strict
Yeah.
retro, and not changing it for the specific games because I get like when I did Marathon, which old game for old people like me. Some of the people who would come in because they love Marathon, kind of weird people. I feel really bad about saying that because I welcome everybody in, but sometimes when I have a specific game, I get the real big elite fans of those games coming in, and then it gives them apparently freedom to tell me what to do, and that is something that bothers me a lot. I get really bothered when someone tells me what to do without letting me
Okay.
spend time thinking about it.
So do you mean like backseating tell you what to
Yes.
do?
Yep.
Okay, because I was actually going to lead into my next question, which was going to be, I feel like between being a streamer man and a streamer woman is a very different experience. So I know for me, like I get the harassment of like, a guy will come in and be like, "Oh, you're so hot," or like someone came in and be like, "Can I get you pregnant?" Like things like that. What kind of it was bad.
Welcome to
What
the internet.
welcome. So that was a few weeks ago.
Oh,
So
gross.
do you as like a male retro streamer, do you get any kind of harassment, even like the games with the back seating? Like what can you get? What do you get,
I
if any?
I don't. White male, I don't get harassed very often. When I do, it's because I have feminist or BLM in my tags. So I've had people come in and try to be jerks about that. The only time someone comes in and tells me what to do is when I've spent like 10 seconds not knowing how to get past something. That's the only time they'll do it. But I have seen a lot of my friends, the girls who are streamers who are my friends. I don't know why turn away from saying girlfriends still, because we're in the day and age where I can say my girlfriends, even though they're not girlfriends of that type. They're friends who
My
are girls. Exactly.
girlfriend. Do my
Exactly.
girl.
Yeah. So they're streamers where, like, yeah, these guys come in and they think that they need to come in here and just say how to beat it. Or one of my favorites, I can't remember who it was now, but there was someone, it might have been Sadie J. Someone was playing Resident Evil 7, and there's a part in that where you can pick up this VCR tape and then you're going to go into like a flashback scene and play.
Yeah.
And like the person was like, oh, I'm not going to spoil anything, but don't pick that up right now. And it was just like,
just let me play the game.
Yeah.
Let me experience. It's really nice that you got to experience the game the way you experienced it. Now let me do it the way I'm gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I fucking hate that shit.
Yeah, it is so okay. Dead Ringer wants me to blow my beard. There we go.
One day.
So yeah.
One day.
So yeah, it's definitely one of those things where it's wanting to manage how they enjoy the game. And I don't understand this. So my wife and my good friend All Around Psycho have played MMOs for a long time together. And my friend and I will play as female characters. The reason I do that is because I actually find most of the male design stuff to be boring. So I do like a lot of the female characters that you can be, but so my friend's character is running around, and then someone just this is World of Warcraft. They just send him a dagger. He's level 1. We're all level 1 because we just started. In that game, I did play a male character, though. Now that I played a male character. So we're just running around, and then he sees the male icon went on. Not male as in a guy, and male as in post office. And so he's like, what is it? So he goes, finds the post office, and then there's this note that says, hi, I saw you. I hope this dagger helps. You're really cute. So just going off of the avatar. And
wow.
Now, to my friend and I, we're just like, whoa, that's kind of creepy. And it was my wife who's just like, you guys, this happens all the friggin' time. It's one of those moments where it's just for us, it's I got to, we got to see it first. That's just creepy. I'm sure the guy means it in a very positive way, but it does not come across positive at all.
Creepy.
Yeah.
It is so creepy. And yet my wife is like, that's just all the time. That's all the friggin' time. I'm like, oh.
I had one time, I used to work at a library. I loved it. And back when I was on Long Island, and I walked to my car, and there was a note on my car, a card, and it said, I saw the picture of it, because I couldn't stop looking at you. You're so beautiful. I would really like to get to know you. Here's my phone number. By the way, your library card picture turned out great. So now I'm like, oh no. So I walked back to the library, and one of the guys who worked with me had a crush on me. So I went up to him and I'm like, Rob, did you write this? And he read it. He goes, no, but I wish I did.
Oh,
and I'm like, what the heck is this? So I called security, and I'm like, hey, I found this on my car. Can you walk me back to my car? And they were like, yes. And they're like, and when you come into work, call us and we'll walk you to the building. They ended up catching the guy on camera and banned him from the library within a couple of days.
Wow.
But I'm just like, what? I don't what kind of that's so creepy. And now I feel now you have to know that I feel uncomfortable at the place of my job that I have to be at every day. I'm like, what? Why?
I had one situation where there was somebody in chat, and then they had asked about uh like the Discord, or no, I brought up the Discord, and then they wrote in chat like, I joined your Discord, and I'm like, great, it's great community. But they do one thing that immediately gives me a red flag, and that was they immediately message me directly rather than
Oh,
right in the
Yeah.
Discord. Now I take that as a red flag, probably very different than you do, Allie, because mine are not usually filled with some person's sexual desire.
that's
But
all mine are.
right. But this person then, like, where they're like, hi, and I'm like, hi, and then they're like, I really like your beard, and I'm like, oh, that's great, I like it too. And then they're like, they wrote something else that was kind of like fine, where I didn't take it in a way, and I can't remember what that was. But then their next line was, so are there any places I can see more pictures of the beard? The amount of creep that went down my back was like, I was just like, and so I immediately like blocked them on
Yeah.
Discord and all that kind of stuff. I now look at the situation and go, damn it, I should have created an OnlyFans. Like, if someone would pay just to get pictures of my beard and I don't have
They
to
will.
do anything else, maybe I missed an opportunity there.
Only beards.
Only
but
beard.
the-
Only
Only
beards.
chills.
Only
Exactly.
chills.
But the point that I try to drive home to other guys that I talk to is like, imagine now, as a woman, and as Allie said, not, she said in a way to make us laugh, but it's complete honesty, that is literally the messages that she gets all the time. That is what it's like to be a woman on the internet. So anytime a guy wants to say like, I'm just giving you a compliment, it's like, it's never a compliment. It reads so much of, I have a sexual desire for it. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. So I try very hard to not talk. When I go into a stream, I talk about people's vibe, I talk about their enthusiasm, I talk about their gameplay, I talk about any of those other things, because I don't want to necessarily cross that line. But usually, like, there's some people, Allie, Queen Victoria, there are some people who I do think are very attractive people, and I feel like I have reached a part where I can compliment them, but they also know that it's not. But then again, isn't that white male privilege right there? That I feel comfortable enough with you guys that I would feel you would take it away. But I don't think I have ever. I think I've always said to you, Allie, like, but if this bothers you, please let me know. I would want to know. But in reality, what I really should is just be like, well, not even ask. I should just not mention it. But I don't. I guess so. Yeah, I'm kind of shitty too. It's my point. That's my point. White men, we're shitty. Okay, that's where I'm at.
One of my husband's friends one time said that he alluded to the fact that like white men or just men in general like don't have privilege. So when someone says that, my reaction to that is this. I say, when you go on a walk, do you just walk? Do you ever look to the side, behind you? Any wonder, any fear? And he's like, no. And I'm like, yeah, that must be nice.
Yeah.
Because every time I go for a walk, I have my keys in between my hand like this. I have my headphones on, and I can't hear anything around me. And I'm always like, and that's male privilege.
Yep.
So, and that's a way of explaining it, in my opinion,
Yep.
without being a dick.
Yep.
That's male privilege.
Yep.
Like,
And
you know,
100%. That is what that's the that is a fight that I 100% believe in. I was raised by my mom and my sister, so I am very much aware. The thing that bothers me is that so many of my generation were actually raised by single mothers, and yet still to this day, the way that privilege is strong. All I want is for everyone to be able to experience the world that I did by just being born with a white penis. That's it. Like that's the only difference I have is that I was born with that, and I'm afforded way more privileges than anybody else in the world, and that's not right. That's not right at all.
You know, like the color chart, you know, like the swatches when you go to pick out like colors, and it'll be like tan,
Right,
tan, or tan. I imagine that they have to put the swatch stick up to your penis to determine if it's white enough. That's what I thought of exactly when you said white penis. Max is dead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Max. That's white male penis. That's funny. That's very funny. It's very funny.
Right, Max?
Swatch stick.
Right?
I hope your next trip to Home Depot is a good one.
What is what is my white penis Pantone color? We have to wonder.
Pantone? Is that what you said? Pantone's delicious.
No, Pantone. That's the graphic design name for the color swatches.
Oh, I didn't know. I was like, Pantone. What are we talking about? Food here? Merry Christmas. That's the food I eat around holidays.
Yes, Dead Ringer. He is blushing. He is bright red.
Anyone else hungry?
Oh my god.
Hey, Max, are you right?
Continue.
I'm sorry.
Actually, I think that was it for that question for me. Like about the sort of like I don't really get it. The abused or backseat stuff all that much, but it's the mega fans of certain games that kind of freak me out a little bit because they love the game so much that they want to tell me everything, and many of them, even though I say no backseating, and because usually now if somebody comes in and says I love that game, I immediately go into talking about no backseating, because I just know now. I mean, there's been enough people who have done this. So there's a couple things like that, and then the just because I have feminism as a tag, I get some people coming in making comments about that.
I was there one time for one person. They would say talking about J.K. Rowling like the whole time.
Yep.
Like,
and then you were just like, don't even entertain him. It was Baby Bagelham who one time had said, sometimes I've turned trolls into good fans of the show, and I was like, maybe I can give them a benefit of the doubt. But no, you're right. Don't even give that anything. So yeah, those are about the only things that I've got. Max, do you get much or not?
Do I get harassment? Yeah, right now.
Yes.
My ears feel very harassed.
Max is like, how much time do we have left? I can fucking leave this fucking place.
So I don't not knock on wood, I don't get harassed much, but you guys brought up a good point where the way I look at things is I don't immediately go into streams expecting anything other than friendship, if that makes sense. Like I also have a hard time like trusting people immediately. That's why I find it so hard to make new friends. So I'm always like standoffish a little bit if you first meet me. Like I can be kind of rude if in some ways.
The Grim Reaper is rude? Right. What? Never heard of that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like
wholesome. Ringer says wholesome.
Yeah. Another thing that I also can't stand is this is just a me thing, but a good example of this is I don't ever flirt with my female friends who are taken, let alone my female friends in general. I would rather flirt with like Chill, One Speed,
Yeah.
Jor, because I feel like, that's not like going to disrespect anything. Whereas if I ever like, compliment Allie too much, I feel like I'm disrespecting your relationship, if that makes sense. And I'm still
Yeah.
getting to know Jor, and I want to keep that friendship. So,
That's cute.
It's funny we have the dichotomy here because
You can
you
flirt with
say
me,
that
Grim.
you say that you don't compliment them, and that here I'm gonna Twitch marry Allie
Yeah.
one day. So he just
I
all
won't
over the
flirt
place.
with them. I will compliment the hell out of my friends, but there is a difference.
I always say this on my stream too, because I have made a very active change this year. I used to every stream I 100% wore like revealing clothing, and like it just makes me like feel nice, and like it just is what it is, and like I felt like I was getting too many DMs and there was too much thirst. So I was like, okay, so I've made an active change to like real. I mean, this fucking t-shirt says "Don't scare me. I fart easily."
Yeah,
like like sweatshirts. Like I want to be so unappealing to like this sexual gaze of a man coming in here that I possibly can in order for that not to happen. Because a lot of times, like I'll have a guy friend who's a really good guy friend, but then they just can't not just stay a really good guy friend. They have to say, oh, by the way, I just want to let you know I'm in love with you. You know what I mean? Like, and I can't, and I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, what do I have to do? Do I have to talk about like shit? Like, do I have to talk about farting more to make you want attracted to me? Maybe I'm just doing the opposite, right? But
it really does blow my mind that the privilege that men don't understand, that the majority, you guys, that I mean, I don't want to be the person who's like, not all men, but you, like, people understand, like, if this doesn't apply to you, it doesn't apply to you. But I believe that the privilege that men have with needing to communicate that they fancy someone in a sexual way is it just blows my mind. Like, I don't fully understand the comfortability of that conversation. I don't get it. But then what I do get is that on the internet, it's so easy to just send a message, whereas I think, at least when I was growing up, the stuff, look, all this stuff still happened. It still happened. But you couldn't do it as easily as sending a message to someone miles away. So women have been dealing with this all their lives, but for a while there, it was just the surrounding area of men that they were interacting with.
Yeah.
Now it's all those people that you interact with, that you watch, or and now when you open up your email, when you open up your DM, everyone is sending something like that, and that conversation of like, just don't, like, the way that some men get so offended of like, it's a compliment. Like, no, you don't understand that it is not.
Well, if you didn't want me to say that, then why are you showing your cleavage? Like, I'm not doing it for you.
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
That's one of my favorite TikToks, is the, am I showing off my boobs, or do I just have boobs?
That's the chill. Right. That's it. It's literally, yes. I'm like, I just have boobs. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, it's your fault. Like, just shut the fuck up.
That's why every now and then I'll make a ew gross men can't stand 'em joke. Just because I'm just like, just because I get it. Like, I'm a male. Like, we all think, unfortunately. Whether that's good.
God, males think.
Who'da thunk it? Not males.
That was good.
But yeah, I don't know. Just like I don't know. Sometimes I hate being a man, and it's moments like that I'm just like, why am I like I don't want to be like in the same like category as these people. Like these
Right.
people are assholes. I don't want to be that. Like
Well, and the thing is that so I can't remember which. I think it was Blue Eyed Melody on TikTok. She's someone who made it big on TikTok because she would tell bar stories. But now she lost her job because of the TikToking, and she's somebody who has ADHD and really struggling with it because she also doesn't have necessarily the funds to see a doctor, to do all this kind of stuff. You know, the plight of the American person. But she also didn't want to partake in capitalism anymore. She was trying for a while to try to find something that she could do that wasn't OnlyFans, that she had done that in her younger years, and she's just like, I don't get any fulfillment out of it myself. Like, so she didn't want to do that, and she didn't want to just work a 9 to 5. So she was really trying hard to find some stuff, and I don't know if she's ever really found it. But she basically had a couple TikToks that I think about a lot, and one of them is nothing makes me hate the skirt that I'm wearing more than how much men tell me how much they like my. And because you're not saying I like your skirt, you're saying I like seeing your legs, and like what you could imagine where it goes from there.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, exactly. And then the other one that she posted was like, men, at least in my lifetime, men have not earned the right to be trustworthy around. And I think about that one a lot because I think it's really true. Like, you hear stories about men who get really offended if they're suspected of like putting something in the drink or doing something like that. And to me, the response of being offended kind of makes me feel that you're that type of person, because I think the correct response of somebody who cares about this person or who wants this person to be happy would be the, oh my god, look, I'll make you a new one where you can see it, or why don't you, like, you want to make people comfortable.
Yeah,
I feel you want people to be comfortable.
I wouldn't accept a drink from anybody that I didn't see it being me. There's absolutely no fucking way.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, and it, because I mean, just read the newspaper. So yeah, when anybody does and I know Alpha did the LOL there with the some don't, Max, talking about men. It's like, I think the people who really want equality, and and that's really all feminism is. It isn't trying to say women are better than men, which is somehow what men. It's just, hey, we want the same rights that you guys have, the same privilege that you guys have. Like, that's it. The choice to choose, not to just be put into a box or treated like a box. But
I just don't want to be sexualized. Just if you could just like start from there, that would be a good start.
Right. Yeah. Wonderful start. So Max, as you were saying, sometimes you hate being a man. I do think that this is a really good time for men like yourself to speak up. Yeah. I spent so much of my growing up, because I didn't have a male influence, so I didn't know how to react around other men. So when we would get together, they just sit and they nod, and I learned the nod, and I learned, apparently it's nod to people that you do know, it's nod to people you don't know. Like, there's all these things that I've like picked up from watching other men. But the one thing was, when there's no women around, the amount of jokes at the expense of women were really prevalent.
Yeah. I
didn't find them funny because the influences I have are my mom and my sister. So it's like, I don't understand. but I never said anything.
Yeah.
To make the situation better, I never said anything. Now, I'm not saying that the guy who makes a joke at a woman's expense is a bad person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even saying that I'm a bad person for not speaking up. But there might have been other men in those rooms who heard that joke and were like, yeah, this kind of behavior, the way that we talk about and treat women is okay behavior. So by not saying anything, even if I was never going to change anyone's mind, I helped let that lay. And so when somebody says now, a sexist joke, I'm like, that's really sexist. They will tell me that I'm uptight. They will tell me that I'm, just to have a little fun. I'm just telling, like, whatever. But at least I said something so that either A, maybe that person will think before they tell the joke to just anyone next time, like me, or someone else heard, like, oh, I guess maybe that isn't something to be so open about, and that's what I can do, and I think that's what to at least start now.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm so sorry. This
No,
is a subject I'm passionate about, and so I get
you
No,
bring
it's
such
it's
a good point because all of my friends growing up were always female. I never made any of those jokes because like these were my friends. These are the people that I care about. Like, why would I want to hurt them? And then and so that was good. So I'm glad that was my upbringing. I don't want to be some fucking podunk hick from the south who just hates women, slings guns,
Hey, women will sling guns and drink beer.
Ew,
Are you singing a country song, Allie? That sounds like a country song.
Exactly. That's all country songs.
That's all country songs. All the bad ones, at least.
Yeah, no, that's very true.
I don't know.
For sure.
I think I've had some people leave my community because, I don't talk about it all the time, but when it does come up, I get really chatty. And I've had some people not come back because of that. And it's fine.
Good,
It's fine.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
I mean,
Ta-ta.
you look at
We don't want that.
all three of us. We're all best friends. Like Allie and I, me and her have been best friends for, I think it's been a year.
It's been like a year, yeah.
It's gonna be a year either this month or next month. But goddamn,
awesome.
I don't know. I've never made friends as easily as I have with Allie. So
I'm one of the boys. That's why. I also
you know what
like.
it is. You know what it is? You're such an extrovert and I'm such an introvert. You're just like, I adopt this guy. This one's my friend. And I'm just like, yay.
Come be my introvert.
Yeah. Every extrovert needs an emotional introvert.
Introverted Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
You're like my emotional support croc.
Yeah. Oh my god, have you seen those videos of people who have emotional
Very
support
true,
alligators?
No, I haven't.
They're so cute. They have
God.
Are
yeah,
they
they're
big
like tiny.
guys or, like, little
No,
guys?
they're like tiny little alligator things. They're a specific kind of alligator. I can't think of what they're called right now, but they're like a smaller kind, and they're not like caiman, which are like very very small alligator. But I forget what the little crocodile's name is, but she's so cute. She just has like a little leash. She's like they take her to like a public swimming pool. And it's really cute. I don't know. I just think it's it's great.
And Jor is 100% correct.
Oh my god.
Allie has a magnetic personality. No one can help but be friends with her.
Yeah.
Or want to be one. Exactly. I felt that first time I was in her stream. I was just like, "You're my new best friend."
Yeah.
That was very. I think verbatim. I think that's what you said.
Yeah.
I remember my
literally
first time
was
in
just
Allie's
like,
stream.
"Oh my
It was
God."
wild. Allie, do you remember the first time?
Nope.
Giggity question mark. Goddamn. No, Max. No.
That was by far the funniest thing that's ever happened between me and you. That was so fucking funny. So funny. No, Max.
You
tell me.
were playing. What's the Mr. Shiny game?
Oh, I think it was like Stay Out of the House. It was one of those
Yeah.
Papa Combo games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had just met Mr. Shiny, and he
Yeah.
said something very perverted.
Yes, as he
And
does.
I sent my world famous that face in chat, and you were just like, "Hello, Max. You came in at the best time." And then I just stayed up hanging out with you, and I was like, "I love it here." And then
Yeah, Mr. Shiny, man.
you made that song about grapes sucking on salty balls.
Oh my
and then,
god!
and then I made that a command.
Sucking on a green little ball.
Yeah, that's the
Sucking on a
one.
ball. Sucking on a green little ball.
Yeah. I still have that clip somewhere. I love it.
Once in a while it pops up and someone gives me a shout out and I'm like, oh my god, I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. And then I don't remember when I first met Chill.
It had to have been in the like either with
Yeah, it was in the voice chat at first.
Yeah. But I believe I'd seen you around because you were around with all the people that I followed. So
yeah, because it must have been in Skittles chat. Yeah.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, you've been Skittles, and once I met Darliar, it opened up. Like I met so many people who I truly
Mother
consider
hen
to be like these are all my really close friends. And it's funny because I've done that with a few groups. There was that one group where I met Miss Liz Lane, and she doesn't stream anymore, but she was actually the first person to make me think about getting checked for ADHD, because I hadn't put it all together yet. And so when she did, I was just like, oh my god, all that stuff sounds. And then she sent me an actual like test that would be given, and the test is interesting. So if you're gonna go get tested, don't listen to what I'm gonna say, because you shouldn't know all this. But like all of the questions, there's like 15 or 20 questions. None of them matter except the top 6 questions, first 6. And if you score 2 or more or 3 or more, then there's a good chance, and then they have to do the other test. I had all 6. I had all 6, and I'm like,
you perfected the fucking ADHD test.
But you know what's interesting, and this is what I didn't know though, because I still kept looking at people with ADHD, and I'm like, but I'm not like that. All these people who I knew are people who would, like, you'd see them manic. They start something, and then they go over and they see something, they start that, and they start that, but they hardly ever finish anything. And I'm like, I'm not that active. And then when I finally, it's inattentive ADHD is what I've got, which they used to call attention deficit disorder, but so many people have put like a bad title to that. Like they don't believe it's not real. That's why they now have changed it to be it's inattentive ADHD, and that's the one that I've got. So pretty much when things become too complex, and I don't have like a deadline, but it needs to get done, I just shut down. The only thing that ever would get me to get something done is when I have an ever-pressing deadline that I have to get something done. Then I could focus. But if you tell me that I've got to do something in 2 weeks, guarantee you I'll do it on the last, all the time. And that's just, and the interesting part is making it to 46 worked out in my job career because I worked in journalism. Every day I sit down, I'm behind. Like every day you've got crap ton of stuff to get organized, get done. There's no time, and there's that ever-pressing deadline. So somehow I picked a field of work that just happened to work for me. But then I realized, all these other things in life. You guys, you realize I can talk all the time. I'm a streamer.
I was talking
You know,
about this
this is-
last stream. I hate talking as a streamer.
Oh, do you really?
I do. I can't do it.
Oh, really? I love talking.
I do too.
Well, you are also an extrovert, so
That's true. That's true.
I'm a
Allie-
very good listener.
I've seen, like, there's a couple people, and I won't out them, but there's a couple people who I have talked to who talk about the nerves and the pains that it takes to hit that go live button for them. And I just want to like hug them and tell them that everything's going to be okay, because they're
That's the
all
most-
one.
That's the most stressful part for me is I hit go live, and even the example the other day, I set my heart rate monitor the other day to be like, okay, when I hit 120 on the heart rate monitor, it's gonna set an alarm off, and I hit the go live button, it's like beep 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 beep. Someone actually came in
Oh my God,
they
wow.
were like, I'm worried. They said to me, they were like, oh, I'm worried about your resting heart rate, and my best friend Katie, probably nervous, she was just like, she's not resting. Like, this is not an easy thing to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's very, extremely nerve-wracking to hit that go live button. And it takes me a solid 10 minutes to feel okay. Like, people make fun of me, you know, or other streamers who do like just chatting at the beginning for like a half an hour to an hour sometimes. But like, truly, like, that's what I need in order to feel comfortable, feel okay, and prepare myself to go into this game, whatever game I'm playing. It's hard. It really is. And if you don't stream, you don't understand it. And you know, don't think that we're resting, because we're not. We're not resting. We're trying to be okay with ourselves streaming, and also trying to make sure that you guys who are watching are having a fun time as well. You know, because we want you to keep I want you to keep coming, hanging out. If no one's hanging out with me, I'm not going to stream. Like, I want to hang out, I want to talk, but I also need to feel comfortable. So I need that time with just chatting and having a drink or having some water or getting scared by fucking alpha. I need that time to, you know, to start up myself, pretty much. Give myself a boost.
I don't know. I feel like both of you stream in time frames where it's competitive. Not that we're competing against other streamers, but you know, there is so many people on Twitch at a time, and like where they go and spend their time. There's a lot of choices out there. And I think you guys have a lot more competition than I would have at my time zone. I can only stream in the morning, so I'm got the morning slot. So I think also because it is so early in the morning, I don't have any of that concern. The concerns that I usually have are usually after stream, when I realize exactly how little work I've put into bettering my stream. Like, I feel that my scenes, I can do better at design, or I could update certain things. Like, I'm still showing my Mastodon account, and I don't use Mastodon hardly anymore. I don't want to get rid of it.
I just thought you really liked the band.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought you were talking about the shark.
Right. There's emotes. You guys, I've been streaming for 3 years. I've been streaming for 3 years, and I have one emote that I made and like 3 that I stole from Twitch. Like, I didn't steal them. Twitch has like pre-made ones that you can add color. Yeah. That's it. I haven't made any. So the amount of work that I put into my stream is about the one thing that I get concerned about. But I honestly never get nervous about hitting the go live. I don't get too nervous about what I'm going to say, because I know that I'm a rambler anyway. And even if nobody shows up, which happens, you know, like I said, I'm not a huge streamer. I still talk all the time, and I would if I wasn't even streaming. Like, that's just kind of me in a nutshell. So I hear it, and I listen to people, and I try to tell them, like, every time I watch your streams, it's fantastic, but I don't always understand that stuff. I was the same way when I did plays. Like, when I would do theater, there's a lot of people who would talk about those nerves before they would go on, And I have had that script so memorized in my head that literally I'm just standing backstage waiting for me to come out. And once I step out onto that stage, I'm in autopilot. Like
Oh
there was,
man.
I don't see the people watching. I'm just hitting my marks and doing what we had talked about in rehearsal. It's not until after the thing's all done where I'm like, oh, we finished. Like I don't want to say I have an out of body experience, but it's kind of like I'm not present. I am just I'm a reciting machine. That is what it's like.
Yeah.
I'm a mean, screaming, chill machine. I love that.
Not to get wholesome again, but there's
Aw.
always a moment when in my streams that I know I can be that I can like not be nervous anymore, and it's always when my friends show up. Like literally it's always when like Alpha, Virgo,
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
Corn show up, like when they're
Literally,
there,
yeah.
like yes, they're my mods, but like they're my best friends first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, I'm just like, oh, I don't have to be nervous anymore. Like I can sit here and like chat the shit with all my favorite people and I can be okay, you know?
When my chat starts to scare me, like starts to use my like jump scare commands or like any blurps, like that's when my nerves start to go away because now we're having fun, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Now we're engaging. Now it's time to like I don't know. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
I agree with the like when someone comes into my chat who I know or part of the Discord or a friend, like that brings me a lot of joy.
Mhm.
Max, I can tell you that adding entrance commands when people come in, like now I don't even have to like when I hear the start of Living Dead Girl, I'm just
Yeah.
like Allie, like
Yeah.
it is
The
that
Ali
feeling.
G show is
Yeah.
my favorite thing you
Ali
do.
G show. I love like it's my favorite. You didn't do it once. It was either this past week or last week. You didn't say the Ali G show, and I was like, no, chill.
Oh my
You say it
god.
the same way every time, and I love it.
I got on Chill the other day because Chill had to, I forget what you had to do, but you didn't go to the island in the sun at the end of your stream because you
Oh
were
yeah,
rushing.
that's right.
And
Yeah.
and the next stream, the first thing I said was, "You better go to the island in the sun this time." And you were just like, "All right, I get it.
So you can't. We notice these things. You
Yeah.
can't skip out on them.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you guys like that. My last scenes I loved so much. The ones with the pouring coffee, the one with the shirt
Mhm.
hanging, and I lost all of that when I had my computer get crash when the hard drive crashed on and I had to get it sent back. I lost all that content and I was so sad. And I was able to find a good number of it, but part of me is like, no, sometimes when things change, it's time for a change. And I love my starting screen and I love my ending screen. And I actually really love my Be Right Back. I think that one's really cool too. But my scene with my info, the just me, where it's bigger picture, I'm not in love with one, and I figure out something. I kind of liked it at first because it felt like asteroids, but now I look at it and I'm like, it's not. I got to. But I'm glad you guys like the island in the sun.
Yeah.
It's like you have like a little saying at the end. Like for me, like when I raid out, if I like so say I'm raiding out to you, Chill, I'll say like, all right, we're gonna raid Chillzilla. As I always say, if you like him, give him a follow. If you don't, get the fuck out. Not everyone is for everyone, and that's what I say.
That's
That's what I say each time. You know, because it's like it's true. Like I am not everyone's cup of tea. I'm loud, obnoxious, and and if you don't like, that's totally fine. I get it. Totally get it.
Loud and obnoxious. Who's that?
Who's that? Chill, what is your streaming schedule and where can everyone find you? Because I think it's about that time.
Yes. My streaming schedule on Twitch. So I'm Chillzilla25. People,
not 33.
Not 33, not 64, not 69 even. It is 25. So Discord, the Players Cantina, that is a great place to hang out, and also,
Damn,
I
got to
I
it
haven't
before me.
told people yet, but I think enough people have seen it. But I do have a Twitter. Oh, I'm sorry, an X account.
No, it's
I
still called
don't.
Twitter.
I hate Elon Musk so much, but I was missing out on so many people schedule or streaming stuff. Like that's a place that a lot of streamers use to post stuff. So I am back on Twitter as Chillzilla25 this time. I used to have Chillzilla proper, but because I canceled my account, I no longer had that. So I'm Chillzilla25. Yeah. I'm Chillzilla25. You can tell it's me because I used an AI generated picture of myself as the profile picture there. It's
Nice.
a really burly beard. And I do have Blue Sky now. Do you guys know what Blue Sky
No, what's
is?
that?
So Blue Sky is some people who were former employees of Twitter went and are remaking Twitter under Blue Sky. And there's right now it's enclosed, so you have to have invites. I had 2 invites, but I gave them to Queen Victoria and Shin Noir. But when I get more invites, I can try to bring people in. Anyways, it's just I hope it becomes big because I would love to get out of Elon Musk land.
As we all would.
Yeah.
When's your next stream, Chill?
I stream Monday through Friday. So Monday morning, you'll see me. I don't stream on the weekends because family. So yeah, I try to. Do you know I like to try to start at 7 a.m. I have not made 7 a.m. in months, but so usually been 8, and that's Central Time for me. So you guys are ahead.
Eastern.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
Yeah, but yeah, that's me. I hope I've had a lot of fun today.
This was
so much fun. Look at that, full 3 hours with Chill. We got you for about an hour last time.
Yeah.
But it was your birthday, so that's
my
okay.
birthday.
It was Mr. Important's birthday.
The birthday. I have to go spend time with my family. We are your family.
We're your family. Yeah.
Get used to it.
Look at me. I'm your family now.
Hey, I'm the captain now.
We have family here.
I'm familying here.
You're all my children now.
Yes.
Congratulations, it's a boy. Sorry, continue.
I'll be on tonight. I'm shooting for a 7 p.m. EST. I have a little bit of a headache, so I might start at 8 p.m. EST, but I'll be continuing Outlast tonight, so anyone wants some spooks.
That'll be a good time.
And I will be streaming tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. EST. And I will be playing more Call of Cthulhu.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, Chill. Thank you so much for coming in. Who are we rating?
That is a good question.
I'm a very chatty person.
Oh, I am too. I'm very
what I
chatty.
like about it because I don't have to say much.
Baby Bagel Ham's on. Who else of our friends are on? Rohara's on.
I would always raid when I used to stream on Saturdays mornings. I would always her Darliar too.
I know. I miss Dar streams.
I am going to raid one of my best friends in the entire world. You guys have seen me and her play.
I know who it is.
Demonologist together. Our wonderful friend Virgo. We stand.
Virgo Sun Scorpion. Yes, we do. She's amazing.
I changed my raid command. So we are no longer croc raiding. We are bringing friends.
Dear streamer, I brought friends. That's very nice.
Yeah.
I love that. I love it.
Yeah. Thank you all so much for joining us. We are Scary for Her Pleasure on YouTube, on Spotify, and yeah. If you want to give us a like on the YouTube, and find us on Spotify, that's where you can find us. Anyway,
Yay.
thank you so much for being awesome, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.